So, chapter 10, in theory. So what did we do last time? We killed a friend of ours. We sacrificed some trafficked women. What else did we do? Mostly evil shit. Oh yes, blood rights to empower the freehold. We did that too.
Hey, right.
And all of you are starting to change into something creepier and worse.
I don't know what you mean. Katina always looked like this. In his heart,
Kadeen is
anyway.
like the behold the tusked king of winter.
Oh, I want to like write like a poem about like the tragic fall of Lord Detlef. Long may
Okay.
he be remembered.
Charisma expression.
I don't have any expressions. I will just use my charisma, and I'm gonna spend a willpower on this. This is important. Oh, it's a poem, I guess.
Okay, that is a partial success. If you put it on some of the cringiest poem sites, it would get mostly upvotes. That's about the quality.
No, I want to write write it on like some like I don't know something that like persists a bit, like maybe some like that those like wax tablets,
Mm-hmm.
and like hang it around the hang it around the like the off stone.
The Reich he served. He was too late. The war was over before he began.
What a prelate. That's the brother in spirit. Okay, not quite, but like,
Worry not, Lord Kadeen. Like all Fae, he will be reborn and fight the battle again. The spirit of Detlef is eternal. He will rise again to serve his land.
actually, what happens like no formal allegiances when they get reborn? Like being in a house, right? Like changes you a
Sealy and
bit.
Sealy tends to stick with you, but that isn't guaranteed either. Uh, House allegiances get fucked unless someone reinducts you. At least the way I'm gonna rule it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we stuck with previous allegiances, well, let's be honest. Lady Alejandra is a war criminal from the Autumn Court.
Oh.
Well, they wouldn't be doing Operation Paperclip here.
Fuckers rolling up with cold iron, just excising whatever part of winter they could find. They ended the little ice age. Okay.
That's then all right. Like I'm pretty sure he like lost connection and rejoined like a couple of times by now.
Yeah, I'm still here. Just the clouds going across us, so I might turn up the camera for a sec.
Okay, so you're writing high school level poetry for your fallen comrade.
Indeed.
Yes, next time this Delane is reborn, he's gonna join a neo-Nazi group.
Wow. And how's it different from like normal lane?
Well, He might have done the same evil shit slightly differently before. That's about it.
Don't worry, I can fix him.
Maybe if you inscribed your name upon the runestone, you could discover what went wrong and how to help him. Think of the power. You would never have to worry about glamour again.
I mean, very true. What did the rest of the party think?
I think if you inscribe your name one day, you're gonna put Dithlof's soul onto the stone sooner or later.
I see. Not much confidence.
Seems fucky.
Unfortunate. Suppose I have to come up with another way.
If only you had the authority to volunteer someone for the task.
Don't tempt me like this. I've been thinking about it the whole time. But they're also so weak.
Perhaps if one of the squires from House Baylor could be convinced to do a single task for you, since there are people visiting.
Oof, that's not. Oh, like one loss of house in House Baylor. And she's still mourning. So.
And so all the lane members are in a deep grief.
He was such a good lad. Promising career ahead of him.
Okay, but what about Lady Alejandra Nyaxi?
I'm glad that problem solved itself.
But what do you want to do?
We are at the castle, right? Yeah, we must be.
Yeah, think last time you also discovered the gatehouse and the way forward.
Right, and we bought something with XP as a group, I think, right?
Yeah, upgrade
You
the freehold.
upped freehold, you upped, I think, resources in the library as well.
Yeah. Like we had to up the resources for sure because it's our anchor.
Yeah, makes sense.
And we're gonna justify that with you having reported in again to the prince and being like, we found a place in this subrealm where the path stops, and enough glamour will open it like the Trolls to Arcadia. We're on it, boss.
Okay, let's think. What the stone out of the way is one thing for good glamour. Oh yeah, we should fuck with the other freehold, right? Yeah, trying to disrupt the dark glamour flow.
Yes,
It's
there
true.
are three things that you know that are disrupting the dark glamour. The local freehold, Stuttgart, like all the cold iron in Stuttgart center is projecting a field that's fucking with things, and the new resorts being constructed on what used to be nature preserves.
I mean, to be fair, on that one we actually should have an in with the NGO.
Yes, you have built up weaponry you can try and throw at that in a bureaucratic way. The first time you tried that, some Ventro and Scylla managed to prevent the attack, I think.
What a monster.
I know, and Bacon even had more dice and he still lost thoroughly.
Oh.
And we also discussed that a symbol of authority from Winter could pull more of what Dark Glamour is making its way here into a specific location. So, if you had the eye that presumably the Tremere have, you wouldn't need as much.
That's true. But I still don't like the idea of assaulting a Tremere chantry.
That's why you send in your werewolf friends in first.
It's like one guy.
Well, there's one guy that owes you, but packs tend to work together. But even one werewolf, honestly, is a big aid.
Yeah, I don't have like any attack plans and properly. While our like goons are maintained with freehold glamour, do they still like age super fast while they're out on the outside?
You don't know, you haven't tried.
Unlucky, I guess.
Also, I mean, our stuff is hard over in the Changeling. Probably.
Oh yeah, almost.
Like casting.
Now,
I mean,
halved?
must think
Why?
about like. I must think about bodies. Like I do like having bodies in between. Us and whatever waits us in the chantry.
So you're considering a frontal assault?
No, I mean, whatever we do, right? We probably need to go in and get this thing somehow, unless we find something to trade in for it. And even if we do find something to trade in, there's no guarantee that the Tremere will honor their word.
And it's a shame that you killed Detlef.
Yes, it is. Very unfortunate.
My lord Etrius, I have found a creature that serves as a constant font of magic. Living magic. All you need to do is feed it ghosts.
That's the fucking most Tremere thing I've heard all day.
And we could ask if they want the stone in return for the eye. Maybe that's a trade that could be made.
But doesn't the stone like form an entryway into our stronghold?
But it's probably gonna take them a little bit to figure that out.
You could always lock it. They would probably need powerful magics to force the connection open.
I mean, imagine Tremere having like powerful magics.
They would have to pull the willpower and the magical potency of multiple people, and they would need to develop some elaborate ritual in order to do that.
So we gotta get fucked in like a few
No,
minutes
you're
time.
gonna get fucked that very night because they have that ritual, I know for a fact. That's how Tremere has the big ass wards.
I see.
Okay, then, and only, we need to play off the changelings against the Tremere, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing, like you cast the will of the pyramid, and then every member of that ritual can contribute willpower to the success of another ritual. So you can, like something that's literally impossible, get enough Tremere together and they will force it to happen.
Impressive. But yeah, as you said, to find a way to like play them against each other. Two birds, one stone, even. I dare say. So
well,
question is,
there is an alternate way. You got rid of the personal effects for the most part of the Hermetic Mage, right? Or what did you do with them? You just dumped them somewhere, right?
yeah, like so somewhere presumably not related to us, and well, actually, we'll probably hide the body and hope that nobody finds it, or that these people track them down and take care of the bodies themselves. Like there's no reconnection to us to these bodies after all.
Yeah, you needed to. I think we left with that because the stone was left in the chimerical space, and I think you said something about removing all the crystals, charged items, magic tools from him, but I'm not sure you brought the body out because that's a bigger problem.
Well, I think we just got the crystals, like the magic stuff, because we figured out that might
Yeah, it's attuned to him probably, so like
yeah.
yeet that. But my point is that what is the natural enemy of a Tremere? Another Tremere. What is
That's
a mortal Tremere? A fucking hermetic.
That's fucking true. Shit, you're right. Thank you for that suggestion.
Yeah, do we know that?
You know that they're a nasty house that's like very power hungry and loves to plunder things. You can infer that they are, opportunistic towards each other as well. And you did get rolls to the effect of, hey, these hermetics are essentially what the House Tremere used to be like. House Tremere used to be a hermetic house before they turned.
Yeah. So, what do you guys say? Need someone to deposit something?
Just take a fork, pull down two of the branches, and stab him in the neck, dump him on the chantry lawn.
God.
It's just like toss one of his scrying crystals over the fence into the chantry and dump the rest like, yeah, they missed one when they were cleaning up.
That's so beautiful. But no, need to be subtle. Like I don't want to fight either of those factions. So what's our best avenue to like get the stuff into the town? We have like, we have like a new bodyguard, but like previous experience has taught us that this guy is he might be a bitch, which doesn't leave that much. I don't want to like risk the other dudes because they're probably brimming with like fey magic, which they might be able to pick up if they were able to like pick up bacon by just walking into the city, into Karlsruhe, I mean. And well, it's a big no go. We could just I guess hire some rando, like pay that rando like a lot of money and say, deposit this there.
You could just write him a polite letter. After all, you know where he is. He gave you his phone number, but not his address, so you could flex a little, be like, here, we heard you like crystals, get fucked, enjoy this gift. By the way, we know where you sleep.
I mean, it would be very, very obvious that there's us behind it, if he gets fucked soon after.
So?
What do you mean so?
You're acting like him getting fucked and him knowing it was you is somehow a negative.
I mean, he'll get fucked is fine. I just want to like get dragged into some sort of war for a little gain. If you catch my drift.
How would you get dragged into a war? You're safe in your ice castle. You think they know your sub-factions any better than you know theirs?
That's true.
Just like do a bombing run on the chantry. It's like, those changelings must have been that nearby freehold. Like, I think you're overthinking this. This isn't Calvin's game. Tremere don't know everything. They have writings on the Fae and they are like, I'm not sure, this seems like the action of the summer court. We must check on the old gateways to see if they've reopened. That kind of information they might have plenty of. Just go to books that are 5 centuries old. Ah, yes, a terrorist act by the summer court. They've returned. The winter court would have simply crept into our dreams and eaten us from the inside.
That would be so fucking based. I want to see that.
There is an art to crawl into someone's dreams. You did not take it. Because you're a bitch. If you were based, you would have taken it and ripped someone open from the inside. I'm sorry. That's just the way I see it.
I mean, true. It's a skill issue.
Hell,
Okay.
that you can go to someone's like you can go into someone's dreams, into the near dreaming corresponding location, and then use Wayfair to come back into the autumn world, using anyone's dreams that you know of to teleport around the world effectively. So you could have literally gotten inside the chantry if you weren't a bitch about which arts you pick.
Just step out some random ghoul's dreams and say hello.
Just step outside of the fucking region. You know, it's those are some weird ass diagrams you fucking dream of. Whack! Stake goes in.
Okay. But what's like the actual plan to best do this? We could do like drive-by attacks, right?
Now keep in mind that like the more this escalates, the greater the chance that they hide the eye or take it elsewhere if they start feeling the chantry isn't secure enough.
Then they need to secure the chantry, of course.
Like, well, the chantry is about to fall. Apprentice, secure the artifacts. Hell, they have, like, you have ways to teleport. You know you have ways to teleport. They might as well. So, like, what do you really want? Do you want to destroy the Tremere or do you want what they have? Because, like, you're focusing on destroying the chantry, which is an admirable goal in any game.
No.
But
like in an ideal case, like we don't need to destroy the chantry. We just need to like weaken enough so we can get in and fetch our stuff.
you don't even know
Or get them distracted enough. Like
the chantry isn't a huge place necessarily, and like you don't know how many Tremere are there. Karlsruhe is a relatively small city in terms of how many vampires it can support.
That's true, but
Like that is like you know the location, you know the size of the place. You have a vague floor plan that might have been illegally altered after the fact, but you know. But like you don't to know the exact occupancy. That's one thing you don't know yet.
yeah. I mean, we do know they have like some sort of like servants in some capacity. Since we did encounter one.
You encountered one that was acting as a driver/bodyguard. Yes.
Yeah. So chances are that these Tremere have that as well, in like an unknown quantity. Which means we don't have to like contend with just the Tremere themselves, but potentially a number of bodies in between them and us.
You could start your plan by not immediately planning the attack, but planning how to get more information and scout.
Yeah.
Well, but how do we scout if we can't really get into the city without getting spotted? Like we would need to rely on some third party that doesn't stand out.
Yeah, you'd need mortal proxies or animals.
Yeah.
Jean-Jacques did mention that he was with his dreamer when he got detected. So it's not unreasonable with what you know as changelings, that is common knowledge, that they track the outpouring of glamour. So you just walking in, as long as you don't accidentally come face to face with one of them, which admittedly is possible if you're going next to the chantry, you won't necessarily be immediately like honed in on.
Unless they are doing that ritual that hunts you, which is my case probably.
Well, they have to be somewhere where you've been and the trail fades after a while. So, like, when they couldn't follow you into Baden-Baden, like, they have to stay on the trail, essentially. Like, you don't know that in character, right? But the trail fades. Like, it's been months since then. And you've spent weeks at a time almost completely away from Baden-Baden, so the chances of them still having a beat on you are like pretty nil.
By the way, Bacon, we're thinking about like the general idea is to like play the Freehold and the Chanter against each other in some capacity to eventually, like to weaken the Freehold and get like an in for getting the eye.
Linus did mention that he would like to destroy that place, but there's also a degree of I'm not allowed to mess with it. Bacon, you were saying.
No, I'm just thinking. The best way of putting them against each other is like telling the Tremere how to get into the Freehold.
But the Freehold would know that we did that, and unlike the Tremere, they might be able to.
Unless you framed Prince Alejandro.
Well, yes, but question is how we would even do that. Like we talked to this guy once. We don't know. Like ideally, we get him to actually do it himself, right? But that's really a tall order. Oh, I'm gonna be right back. Maybe I can come up with a plan in the meantime.
The consensus is that more of the tasks to actually open the way need to be knocked out. And for that, there's the Eye, there's the center of Stuttgart, which I'm getting a feeling you are not gonna bother with because that seems too dangerous. There's somehow getting the local freehold to abandon their efforts to block the flow of dark glamour and disperse it safely. And then there's the resorts that are being built. 4 things that could in theory help you push this further. You need at least one more of them. Because, well, you know that what you have isn't enough.
And I guess stopping 2 resorts is not going to be easy because they have the same issue that the center of Stuttgart has.
They are they are interfering with the flow of glamour, not to the extent that it's hampering your abilities, but there's many of them and they're encroaching on things that are, you know, on the territory where the dark glamour would be the strongest normally, namely the dark woods.
Yeah, but trying to stop it will cause the vampires to interfere directly. And it's several of them, it's going to be hard. We need to continue the NGO plan and make it very big so we can stop several places.
Yeah, you could further empower your NGO. You tried to do something about the resorts to try and start picking away at them, but the last time that happened, you lost the contested role badly enough to get a grievance counter tick, I think. Yeah. Cameral is at 2, you got 1 from that. That is one asset you have. And The werewolves were clearly trying to do something about those resorts themselves. You could always attempt to join forces.
Yeah, maybe.
Just a little bit of eco-terrorism.
Let's see what the Industrial Revolution and its future talks about, like doing terrorism against resorts.
I mean, down with the fat cats that are profiting off the workers. And what about you, Dan? You got any ideas of A, what to do next, and B, how to do it?
Yeah, I was thinking the results too, but didn't get to the part where I was thinking about the werewolves joining us. Or us joining them. It's that or go for the eye.
You're not. Your character is decently suited for infiltration and sabotage. Could go in, Molotov some bulldozers, you know. Like, leave some cement to solidify in the mixers. Make a nuisance of yourself.
This is true.
Ah, yes, we need to steal out the copper and iron scraps. And that is very good because that will get the gypsy community in trouble.
Detlef is dead, you don't need to pretend anymore! And there's also something to consider, and you do have a favor from the werewolves. You have access to the dreaming. And the freehold is... You've already fucked with their effort to block the flow of glamour, right? And they do seem to be at least somewhat loss-averse, right? Who knows, maybe a little bit more pressure would be enough to make them give up on that operation entirely. You hit them one more time, not even kill anyone, just wound a couple of people and withdraw, and maybe that stops and you get an easy win.
Belt.
Yeah, you haven't seen how insane Linus has gotten on Nightmare because of the attempts to break your portal. Like, you've hit them with bullshit, what, like 2 times now? At least 1 time, right? Pretty hard.
Yeah.
One time we were really healing the passage while they fucked up, and the other time we sent some zombies, ghosts against them by accident.
But yeah, like from their end, costs have to be mounting up as well, right? It's a war of attrition. You know what you do if you want to fuck the freehold really hard? Behold, Prince Alejandro, an oath from the ancient days of the dreaming inscribed upon a runestone. You need only add your name to gain a massive font of glamour that will never run dry. You just walk away, you leave it there.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Alternatively, if you can actually get the vampires to do meaningful damage to the freehold, they might abandon their efforts in the dreaming because of that.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if vampires would do anything about the freehold if they knew its location. Huh?
It's kind of a tough place to assault, even if you know how to get in theory. It's like just a half-blood militia alone is a pain in the dick to deal with. It's like, you know, you're a pack of some supernatural or another. It's like, okay, walk into Elysium and harm the local Camarilla.
Yeah, it would be best if we knew where some of these changelings and half-bloods live in the mortal world.
Yes, unfortunately you have chosen not to interact with the freehold that much, so you don't have a lot of information in that regard.
I mean, they didn't strike me as the people that would show up Frenchmen where they sleep.
Also, all of you went for very direct powers for the most part. Bacon's are the most subtle, but he will not dare to use them after how it went last time. Oh, that was that was the most base thing, honestly.
I can't really think a way for us to put the vampires against the freehold.
Yeah, Redomer. I think Redomer is more used to Chaos games where everyone is super aggro. But it's a tough sell. Like, as a vampire, you wouldn't. If you heard about a place where 50 changelings congregate along with mortal servants, you just wouldn't.
Unless, like, we somehow allowed this knowledge to get to Vienna and we convince, oh yeah, there's actually something very cool there that me, a very low generation Tremere with my 50 apprentice should go get.
Yeah, but
Which
at
is
that
unlikely.
point they would set up a field lab there and fuck with the flows of glamour further.
Yeah.
Like,
It's easier we getting the werewolves to help us against the Chantry, or we get the werewolves and we help them with the resorts.
Yeah, you have 3 targets that are various levels of accessible to, or at least that you have a good reason to think might be vulnerable. Stuttgart you haven't even scouted, but that's
Doesn't
okay.
seem like a good idea.
Yeah, that does seem like a okay then kind of thing. Okay, so Dan's preference is the resorts, unless that's changed.
Yep, that's the order.
What about the two of you? What are your preferences for what to go after first?
And the resorts might be the most low risk.
Yeah, it might take time. I'm between 2 options. The high risk, fast reward is we just assault the Chantry and kill everything inside and take the eye. We can do ourselves with the werewolf that owes that life boon.
Mm-hmm.
Or going for the resorts. It's probably going to be easier, but it's going to take some time.
Also consider grievance trackers. Killing everyone in the Chantry is probably gonna tick those up faster than just stealing the eye without murdering all the Tremere.
Yeah, technically we could trade for the eye.
Technically you could trade if you could trust them. I think the rest of the party wasn't particularly eager to give the runestone to a Tremere regent since he would use it.
I mean, if the runestone wasn't to our freehold, it wouldn't be such a huge issue.
Yeah.
Well, that connection is gonna collapse. after a while.
That's true, yeah.
Actually, you
Eventually it might
upped
be.
your Trod stuff, so I think it won't anymore. Hold on. Yes, no, you upped your passage to maintain like a way to have a portable exit. So I think the plan was to keep it. I think the party as a whole is leaning more in favor of fucking over the resort's Redemer.
Okay, well, makes sense. It's an easier target.
But just for record, what is your preference? Blood and slaughter for House Baylor?
I mean, my personal preference is that, but like, I will submit to the party on this one. It's not like we have to do them in a specific order, as far as we know.
Mm-hmm. Well then, I guess the next question then is how to go about it, because, like I said, grievance counters are a thing. When Bacon suggested slaughtering all the Tremere, I mentioned that might have more of an impact than just stealing the eye. But it's up to you. Like the bureaucratic approach, last time you tried that, like you lost a counter roll badly enough to get a grievance stick, so that isn't without risk either. Essentially, you need to have a way to not have them think it was you, really, when it comes right down to it.
I mean, we could go and try to, well, inspire other groups to act in the same interest as we do. Like, use our NGO to like try to find some like, more radical people. Like,
You literally know a werewolf pack that was already attacking those resorts.
that's true. And also thinking about trying to get some mortals on it as well. Like, what I called, like
And just
people
stop
that-
oil.
Yeah, some of that on like Extinction Rebellion, those kind of people.
Accession Revolution.
Yeah.
That's an interesting approach. Okay.
Or we can just show a fake connection between the resort owners and Russia.
Fuck. That's amazing.
It's fucking inspired. Would you like to unleash chicanery to make that happen?
Yes, you were always a Russian oligarch. You support the war.
I'm half joking, but you could actually unleash chicanery on this.
I don't think I have the power to unleash enough to do that.
It would depend on how many successes you got.
Yeah, and if I get more than 3, I'm completely fucked.
3 is enough for a complete success, Bacon. Just unleash a couple of times, it'll be fine. Then go to your Dreamer's refill, and use that to buy down your nightmare. So it'll be fine.
Now that implies I need to know the actual consequences of these actions that I don't know yet. So I prefer to play safe. Jean-Jacques is a coward. He will not do that again.
Wow. You have contacts with changeling politicians, which in theory have contacts with mortal politicians. Would you like to try and do a more normal frame job?
And who has the number for the werewolves?
Not me.
I think they gave to one of us.
You can,
Yeah,
all of you
he gave
who
us
were
a
there
couple.
can have it,
Yeah, while you guys have to go talk with the werewolves, I can try to set up some work with my contacts to get some normal human politicians and
Okay.
echo
The frame
guys
job
to.
is gonna be like a week-long action, right? Calling the werewolves is 5 minutes. So, do we want to decide what each of us is doing over the next week or so?
Actually, we try to coordinate those actions, so it's gonna look like the werewolves, are doing this because they're acting at the same time.
Have the what werewolves do hit and runs while protesters suddenly appear, everyone's chanting, "Down with Russia destroying the planet!"
Yes, yeah.
You
So,
could do that, yes. The downside of doing this as a coordinated thing is if any of you fuck up your rolls, it is gonna be a grievance stick because it will be obvious that something that isn't necessarily the werewolves is pulling the strings and making a concerted effort to, attack a cameral interest, essentially. At that point, it's kind of like an obvious sign that this isn't a small thing, someone powerful is fucking with things.
Powerful. I like that. But
Well, if you can harness several freeholds or members of several freeholds to coordinate against a single thing that's kind of starting to look like a major effort from another supernatural is fucking with your shit! And at that point you call Vienna, right? Yes, yes, I have a message for Mr. Interest. They're burning my hotel down!
I just imagine that in next Jacklar's voice.
But, yeah. I think I'm gonna do it like this, right? You can coordinate multiple things. Perfectly fine. But, if any of those is an outright failure, not having enough successes to make reasonable impact, but an outright failure, that is gonna cause a grievance stick. Because they'll know that it's not the werewolves, essentially. And if any of you botches, that could be too, because you might leave signs that could lead back to you in a more direct way. Like you might not cover your tracks as well as you should. That being said, if you pull this coordinated thing off, that might be enough to get the Camarilla to fuck off, because apparently the Glasswalkers are serious about stopping this shit.
Sounds good to me. What do the rest think? Well,
Okay, I'm just not sure what kind of job I'm cut out for.
I mean, you're like a smart character, so go and be a coordinator.
Okay, so let's see. It feels like this should be something that's 3 parts, right? There is the activism. There is the hit and run eco-terrorism / werewolf paw prints on sites to hint at who's behind this, right? And then there's the political push and the political frame job, right? So someone should go with the werewolves on hit and runs, make sure there's enough signs to point at werewolves, make sure there's enough damage that, make sure that the werewolves actually do their violent job, right? without getting killed too quickly. Someone needs to stir up the activists and someone needs to do the politics. I think the politics is Bacon's thing. Because
Yes.
he's the one who has the contacts. I think that should be like a manipulation contacts role, honestly.
I can do that. Sadly, it's a week-long thing and I can't use a willpower.
Difficulty 6.
I guess I could go to hidden runs.
Okay. Let's see. What stats are you good at? I think this isn't so much an execution thing as this is a planning thing. It will be intelligence stealth, but the werewolves aren't idiots, so I will give you a +1 for having them along. This is the kind of shit they're actually good at. Watch.
What the fuck?
Okay. And then someone needs to get up on a tank and make a speech.
Fucking lord.
I'm only good looking and manipulative and not very charismatic.
I was gonna say that this might be an appearance thing. I'm thinking appearance performance, honestly. Which does mean that I think as a she, you can't botch these. You can only fail if it goes bad. So, which one of you wants to do this? Or perhaps both of you want to devote your week to making this happen.
Working concert. Yeah.
How would that work?
Well, Kadeen takes the Echo terrorists, and you take the glue our hands to the pavement people. So the fire trucks can't get through. Oh shit! Oh no!
Yeah, that suits me just fine. Alright, big money, yeah, go. Let's go. Well, that's what's my specialty actually. For appearance. Oh, shame it's not down in the place where it usually is.
I didn't know you were that good looking.
Wow, I have unconventional looks. Oh.
He's like a bronzed scaly god, you know.
Yeah, basically.
What about you, Naexi?
I mean, I can try and contribute, I suppose.
It's up to you. You can be doing something else with your week, just like, you know, eating grapes, chilling, but...
No, it's fine. Huh?
Okay, captivating. It is time we stop destroying the planet.
Oh yes, forgot about specialties. On manipulation I have cunning, not sure if applies to my contact role.
I would say that it applies, sure. And Dan doesn't have enough to have a specialty in that. Wait, Dan, you rolled that wrong. You get a bonus dice for having the werewolf pack along, I told you. It should be 5 total.
Oh no.
Yes! So, I'm gonna describe what happens. You bring the pressure to bear. It turns out that it's Russian oil money that's going into these. And with 6 successes, it's not even a lie, it is Russian oil money because it's the fucking Ventru. You just happen to actually get good enough help to find the trail, which was very well hidden. the the eco-terrorism thing doesn't take off that much. Like, there's a few Molotovings, people are angry, but the stop the construction, we must embrace pacifism and resist the evils of the world, that takes off completely. Day and night there's people gluing themselves to the pavement, the roads are blocked, the cement trucks are not getting through. And the beasts of the wild rise up to tear down the hotels, to burn them down. And unfortunately, with a double botch, this is what happens. You get ambushed by more ghouls at one of those sites, and unfortunately, Marinette has to invoke the weird in order to help fight them off. Even more unfortunately, there are cameras which she only sees after the fact. Which means that some grievance counters are indeed gonna tick up, and there's a video going to the local Changeling expert. But, on the upside, the two most completed hotels are burned down, the assets are frozen, and it's an absolute shit show in terms of public relations. The Tremere Prince cries into a pillow.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
And due to the fact that it was obvious that there were signs of wild wolves attacking this place, there is also a wave of fear that washes away any remnants of banality on those sites, and the dark glamour just takes hold with a snap, like a rubber band snapping into place.
Just as it should be.
So let's see. That's a couple of ticks for the Camarilla, who are starting to wonder what the fuck. And one for those guys, because they have more info on you. The werewolves, they're glad they met you. They are very, very happy with you. Please add to your group stuff a temporary rating of allies to a werewolf pack.
I'm on it.
The werewolf pack is much decimated. It's that the Urge, it's the dude that owes you, and it's a new member that's apparently an even more murderous werewolf than the others.
Huh, interesting.
Just, pure combat machine.
So 4 people in total.
3.
3? I thought. The new guy is the one that.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. From what you learned during the week, the original pack was largely killed. It was 2 guys left, and the fighty guy was joined them so they could actually do something. Because with 2 people, you can't really accomplish much of anything. That being said, they are extremely happy and have won much renown in their society for finishing this crusade after all. And they are happy to take the credit and send the heads of wolves, the leeches, etc. The usual shit.
Hopefully they will have a great career.
Okay, but yeah, a week has passed and you can already feel the realm you're in. It's interesting because it used to have a normal day-night cycle. Now, even in daytime, the light is dimmer and the shadows seem to take on volume and shape. Like the night is creeping into the daytime.
That's great. It goes well with my clothes. The ones I found in the castle. Or what we found in the castle. You know, dressing ourselves in the colors of night.
The delegation from House Baylor is like, brother, we can see what you are doing here. You walk a dangerous road for the glory of House Baylor.
For the glory of House Baylor. I am the sword. I am the arm. I'm the strength that wields that crushes our enemies.
Okay, I feel like I need to give you a warning. One of the grievance counters is near the threshold where things get bad.
Okay, let's not fuck with the Camarilla anymore.
Hands off on the chantry!
Oh well, at least we gained something out of it.
Yeah, it is interesting because it seems like the news are, and this is fueling the frenzy, by the way, is going crazy because the polar vortex is destabilizing faster than thought, and it looks like this year a vast amount of cold air is going to be dumped on Germany, leading to a very shitty summer.
Lucky bro.
Just wait till they hear that the glaciers have started moving southwards again.
We did it, folks. We solved global warming.
Okay. So, that happens. I'm gonna advance one more day. And yeah, like this is supposed to be, it was starting to be summer. It's gonna be a short summer this year.
And a cold winter, if you have anything to say about it.
Oh no, the Ukrainian counteroffensive.
It's our fault. It always has been.
You hear in the distance from your tower on high, you all hear the faint sound of howling, but I also want you to roll perception, alertness.
Perception alertness. Oh, right, I have a crap dice one. Oh well, actually not that bad.
I will. Never mind.
It's not a botch, it's just a fail. Just very fucking close to one.
Okay. Marinette, with 5 successes, carried faintly on the cold, cold wind as the echoes of the blood magic patterns you scattered throughout the fort slowly swirl under your skin. Hear the faint sound of gunshots in the distance towards the trod that leads into your new realm.
Guess I'm gonna go alert mode and alert everyone.
Ah, fuck. Okay. Time to gather team. Task force needs to move out and check it. I suppose I'm on it, and well, I think we need someone with like good eyes.
We could all go check it, right? It's our place.
If you had that flying car, this wouldn't be such a huge deal. So, everyone's going? No one's going?
I'm going for sure, but I don't want to go alone. Since, I might get the
Yeah,
yoke.
come on.
Let's all go.
Okay. Rip that left. You were the best of us. A true patriot.
True patriot.
Okay, so it's gonna take you 2 days, I think, to get to the gate because of the distance. So I'm gonna ask for a stamina athletics roll to see if you are fatigued enough by the cold and the travel to impact your abilities when you get there.
What the fuck?
Okay, I'm gonna say that difficulty is increased by 1 for Kadeen. The snow is fucking with you.
That's a what room?
Stamina athletics.
Wow.
That bad? You're trudging through the snow, Bacon. I'm sorry.
We
Okay.
should have like snowshoes.
You have the equipment, but it's 2 days sleeping in the cold and trudging through snow. It sucks. So you two take a +1 to the difficulty. And Lady Alejandra.
Okay. Stamina, basically. I don't have athletics still, but can I roll stamina survival?
Do any of you have a does anyone else have a better stamina survival rate than stamina athletics?
Yes, I'm 50% better with stamina survival.
Okay, those of you who have an actual positive dice difference for survival can use survival instead.
Okay, good. I have a positive.
Reading a book paid off.
Same thing for me.
Okay,
Just
so the ladies are fine and the guys are...
I know the issue. Jean-Jacques can't. It's too cold to light the cigarette. He can't smoke.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
like
he's doing
that's
poorly.
because your hands are shaking from the cold. Okay, so as you approach, you see eyes gather on the sides of the road. You pass through the gate here. You see that the gate itself has half melted or dissolved, like something is just erasing it from existence. It's just swinging, no longer animated on the hinges. As you pass through the gate, the wolves step out onto the road. It's a good 20 or 30 of them. They do the bow, extend front legs, bow down before the lords of the land. 2 of them get up and look at you and start trailing off into the woods.
All
It's
right.
better to follow them.
They stop when they see that you're not following and wait.
Yes, we should follow.
Let's go.
So, after maybe a 15-20 minute walk off the road, you see bright bits of fabric up ahead and blood scattered on the ground. No bodies, several pistols, 3 sets of clothes, and 1 set of clothes not far from it. You notice 3 pieces of dross where the left hand would have been as it fell.
I grab the pistol and I just check on it and compare with the other pistol I have.
It's a different model, but same caliber. It's like your generic sidearm gun.
That's not good.
Two of these
Yeah.
are adult-sized. One of them seems to be teenager-sized. And
Okay, and this is like close and it's like mandatory. Let's check.
changelings do not leave bodies when they die in the dreaming. They go off to their next life.
Yeah. Well, let's check their pockets.
A couple of drained mobile phones. Some, like bus passes from Baden-Baden. Some euros. Enough to confirm your worst fears.
God damn it. They found a way in. Hopefully, yeah. Nobody returning. We'll discourage them.
The wolves, meanwhile, they are pointing at one edge of the this location insistently.
The wolves looks like they want to show us another thing. Go check.
Check out.
And let's do it like this in case that ends up mattering. Perception survival checks.
Have a +1 difficulty to every roll, right?
Yes, if you failed your stamina survival / athletics.
I'll spend a willpower point. What's the base difficulty here?
6.
Okay.
Haven't sight. No, no 10. It's a 9. Fuck.
Okay. Jean-Jacques and Lady Alejandra looking over it. You can both tell that there was a fourth figure that moved away from this location. Jean-Jacques can tell from the way they're moving that something was impairing them from moving freely, like maybe one of their legs was injured or something, but not everyone died here.
Yeah. One of them, there was one more. It survived. We need to follow and take it down.
Yeah. Ideally, I would like to interrogate, but let's prioritize the kill.
Okay. So, this is a chase then? I'm debating between Dex Athletics and Stamina Athletics. They're not hiding their trail because they're, trying to run away. So, yeah, I think this is a speed. Well, no, it's not a speed thing. It's a stamina thing because this happened days ago. So, yeah, Stamina Athletics. See how quickly you can make progress.
Alright.
I guess I would just say, yeah, I'm going to stay here and watch over this part. You guys can go ahead and track it. I'll have a camp ready.
I would also just slow you down, I think.
Well. Okay, I get it. Can I get like some of the wolves like follow me? Like a pack tracking down its prey, kind of deal.
Most of them aren't here, but the two that are here are gonna go with you.
All right, I'm gonna spend. Actually, gonna spend a willpower on this.
Okay.
I need to roll different difficulty higher because I'm fucked. Oh, I'm gonna spend that willpower.
Okay.
No, the other dude like needs to.
Marinette, do you wait for them.
I guess I might try and not engage them though. I'll keep going, but I won't engage if I can.
Okay. So this is the way it's gonna go. You creep ahead. You see someone who looks like maybe 90, 20 years old. I'm gonna say it's a knocker, like one of the crafty people. And somehow he's managed to craft a bunch of stones and the local wood into like a sort of fireplace that's raised off the ground and acts as a torch. It's like, maybe a meter off the ground. So it, projects the light better. It isn't getting fucked with the cold ground, snow, etc. He's just shivering next to it, just pacing back and forth, limping on one bandaged leg. It's like doing that, oh fuck, what the fuck do I do, as he's unwrapping like a protein wrapper and chewing on it. And then you hear the sounds of the huffing and puffing of Kadeen and the wolves. And so does he. He looks in that direction. You see a look of panic. And you have a moment to act as you see he just reaches into his pocket, pulls out a piece of dross and focuses on it. He's gonna use the glamour inherent in it. For something.
Motherfucker. Kirak.
You're
Okay.
too far away. Marinette, however, is in position to do something, to take an action before he finishes casting.
Do I take the shot? Again.
You need to decide. You
No,
don't
that's a
have
vicious
Braemar,
killer.
so you can't really tell what art he is using.
Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm taking the shot again.
Okay?
She's not smart enough.
Okay, so he is unaware of you, he can't defend. Do you go for a body shot or headshot?
I go for the hand holding the dross.
Okay. He is unaware, so this is gonna be I think a hand is considered a small target, or is it like a tiny target? I think it's a small target, right?
At worst.
Yeah. It's small on her head, so I suppose, yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
So, sure. Difficulty 6. -2 for him being completely unaware of you. +2 for targeted shot on something small.
That's 2.
It should be at 6.
Oh.
Okay. Roll damage, if you would.
Is that a headshot?
No, that is a hand shot. To
Okay.
remove draws from premises.
How was the handgun one for?
Yeah.
6.
If you're using the heavy pistol, it's 6. I don't know. I assume since you're playing the assassin, it's...
No, you have to add 5 more because you've got good shooting.
Oh, you're not using the silenced gun. You're just using the big boom.
Yeah, don't need that heat out there.
It won't make a difference, so yeah, it would be 5 more damage.
Oh, it's +1 for hitting a hand as well on the damage. So it's 12
Cool.
damage dice total.
12. Nice, you can roll at least a 1, maybe a 2 if you're lucky. Ah, 4. Not bad.
Okay. This is the dreaming. He botches the soak. So, Kadeen, you rush in. You see the piece of dross on the hand start to dissolve into a rainbow, and you see the image of a door forming and folding around the target when the hand disappears into a bloody spray, and he just goes through the hand and into his chest, and he just goes just collapses to the ground.
Like Kadeen's face just goes, oh shit, to like a white grin. To like a white grin and, sword drawn and demand, surrender now.
Just looks up at you from the ground like.
Oh no, quick, someone do a first aid roll on him.
He is incapacitated with lethal damage, coupled with what he previously took from the wolves. Unless you can do a good job and helivac him to the nearest hospital for surgery to remove the bullet from his lung and, treat the blown off hand, he's not long for this world. You can maybe get one answer out of him if you can intimidate him enough as he's dying.
Yeah, we need to do a first aid so he at least can speak. There's no way we're going to botch that because we're fated to botch our next first aid rolls, right?
The next aid applied to him is fated to be a botch.
Oh.
It's worse. It's way worse.
Okay, I guess we have to deal with that now.
Okay, you can try and treat him, try and stabilize him at least for the moment, or you can try and just appearance intimidation him into giving you an answer.
Okay, but like one question first, like how far away is the rest of the party?
Well, Lady Alejandra and Jean-Jacques are setting up camp. So it's the two of you. They are... well, you've been following the trail. If you rig a letter, 2 hours. If you, go at a fast pace like you did getting here, 45 minutes?
No, well, it's a bit much, ain't it?
Yeah, like he's not in the call someone who's better at extracting information or like.
Okay.
Yeah, like he's in the process of dying.
Let's stop him from dying. Like I want to try that. Bennett, I good at it. Can you do medicine?
Yes, you can. So let's.
I can aid with that too.
Hmm?
I got 1 point to aid you with as well.
Okay, so it's wits medicine plus 1 dice from the aid.
Fuck's sake.
And this is to stabilize him for the moment so he doesn't immediately die. This won't buy him much time, but it'll turn it from seconds to minutes, essentially. So you might get 10-15 minutes with him.
Okay, fuck. Willpower being spent, I guess. Ugh.
You rolled wrong. Plus 1 dice from Marinette helping.
Oh, right. Right. Oh, no. Oh, that's 2 successes.
Okay.
It's okay.
So, let's say 5 minutes. You tourniquet the hand, you stuff a bunch of gauze into his lung to slow how quickly it's filling up with blood. He's not having a good time, he's in a lot of pain, but he has one lung that's mostly working, and one that clearly is not.
Alright.
It's just...
No.
Why? Why? Brother, why?
Shut up and answer our questions. Who are you? What the fuck you doing here?
Getting to stop the monsters.
What fucking monsters?
The wolves, the darkness, the nightmares.
Who fucking sent you? What's your name?
It's Kenneth Jr.
What?
It's Kenneth Jr.
Oh my god, it's not a fucking cat.
we came on a quest because we chose a quest. Stop the darkness before it gets worse.
Where's the who's we?
Me, my friends, the wolves got them.
All of them?
All of the motley.
Damn. That sucks for you.
Why?
Okay, good.
Why?
Okay, listen.
Why? Do you have the heart of spring? We. You're.
I have Dragon's Ire. I can make it quick if you want to.
What? You're here to stop them too, right?
Okay, Chris, I have like a curse thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just before he dies, you know, I want to give him like that little bit of terror and give him, you know, my most awful grin I can muster. You know.
Oh, just
expose
show
the
him the
tusk.
growing tusks.
Yes.
Okay.
Up.
Okay. So you show it to him, claiming ownership of what is happening. You see the eyes go wide. No. My heart knows about everything. More milk. You'll be stopped. In the darkness, our heroes always rise. And he will expire with that bit of silly fanaticism in his eyes. And if you would, kindly move the Savagery versus Civilization tracker another -1.
Oof.
Okay, we can't go to -5. That's the deal. We aren't at limit.
You
We
were
have to now.
already at -5, so you now need to do something to pull it back.
No, we were at -3.
No, the ritual took it to -5.
No, the ritual
It's
took us to.
recorded wrong. Then I
It's
remember
recorded
this.
on my private one. Let's see if it's same on the group stuff.
No, on group stuff it's at -5.
Fuck. It's
You
wrong then.
rejoined the oath. You did something else that was savage, and then you did the big ass ritual. Oh, right. You fed your bodyguard to the wolves. So the oath was -2. Feeding the bodyguard was a -1. The ritual was another -2. It's -5.
Okay.
Okay, I
And
don't
this is
remember about
another minor
bodyguard.
step towards, darkness and savagery. So the last sight he sees as he's trying to say something about new heroes rising to, fight the horrors of the Fomorians, is the task slowly extending a bit further to the point where there's just the tiniest bit poking up over your lower lip now.
For fuck's sake, now I can't cook food anymore. that was all the issue. Like, that's just a threshold for cooked food.
Like, okay. What does like we spent like a week, trying to be normal again. We go to like a hotel or
See,
something.
this isn't like a, shitty game karma system where you can murder a child and then spend a week at a soup kitchen, where you have to, at a critical moment, choose to be civilized and restrained rather than pure savage, which means that Kadeen will doom you all!
I'm not dooming anyone. I'm saving everyone. Saving Winter. Okay, sorry, Bacon. Didn't think it would go that far.
You're literally like, I am the darkness.
I guess we're going to have to eat raw snails now.
The wolves,
I mean, okay, that's a very French thing to do.
the wolves fall on the body as it starts to dissolve, and the spirit of the knocker rises from it, looking down on you in horror before turning glassy-eyed and drifting off.
May have more luck next life. And by luck, I mean being born into the right chord.
It's like fucking Voldemort. There will be no more houses. Slytherin is good enough for everyone.
Well, let's hope we don't go to we don't spend like I don't know how many books was like 6 books trying to take over fucking school.
I mean, honestly, in like places where magic comes from books, a school being a huge place of power kind of makes sense. Although maybe not the one where you teach kids.
I mean, the most thing they did is endanger kids. Like,
The basic unit of wizardry isn't a wizard, it's a university.
God.
Okay, but as you walk back, it's strange because you sense something from the wolves. It's almost like you're in tune with them, like you can almost understand the ideas they're exchanging between them. Like there's something at the edge of your hearing that you can't quite make out.
I had to ask the others, well, actually, Marinette, can you hear this? I feel like
I'm
there's
hearing
something on the edge.
something.
I'm not good with this kind of stuff.
Be not afraid.
What is it, Lassie? Did you kick Timmy down the well again?
Come on, like, try to listen in a bit.
I'm trying to focus on listening.
When you focus in on it, it's like it slips away from your attention. It's when you're not paying attention, it's like you can almost pick it up. It's not quite there yet. It's like there's something constantly at the edges of your mind, this weird feeling.
Oh boy.
Jean-Jacques, you have a craving for a really, really raw steak all of a sudden.
I'm already with the list of all the raw meat foods. We are going to eat the local German raw meat thing, Met or Hackapeter. Look at this one, it's in the shape of a hedgehog.
Aw. I don't think you're allowed to do anything hedgehog related. The wolves fucking hate hedgehogs, it's really hard to eat them.
Yeah, that's why we're eating the hedgehog. We're showing our superiority.
I went first.
You gather
Also-
back together, having prevented an unfortunate escape via unleashing.
Man, I would have invited him to the castle if he played nice. Such a shame. But he brought this onto himself.
He's clearly trying to run away or something, I don't know.
What were the weird twistings that Lady Alandra and Jean-Jacques were undergoing? I remember Marinette and Lord Kadeen, but these are slipping my mind.
Oh, but it's somewhere on my sheet, I think. Maybe.
I'm always looking at other people, like I'm going to cut them apart and cook their meat.
Ah, yes.
I think it
Yeah,
was always something relating to what we did during the ritual trial.
yeah, it was.
I know that I was reading entrails.
Oh, right. It's like your fingers were permanently stained.
Yeah, I think it was that.
Okay, so it's almost like delicate tattoos now that have started to run up your wrist, following your veins. And Jean-Jacques, whenever you're not paying attention or focusing and you look at another living creature, your mind goes to what you could make of them, especially the raw products you discussed.
Hmm. They would make a very cool looking hedgehog shaped meat food. And Jean-Jacques just casually says to Lady Alejandro, we need to buy a industrial sized meat grinder.
Would that even work in here?
Well, if it
We'll
was like
we'll
a
buy an old school.
hand-powered one, yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Ah, makes sense, yeah.
Just get like the just get like our goons to like
Just harness some wolves to it to run in a circle, just a wheel of fame to power a meat grinder. Okay. You regather at the camp. You may discuss among yourselves, but the threat has been eliminated.
literally. Oh, I guess I bring like the stuff he had on him with us. But the corpse got probably gone, right? And
The
probably most of
corpse
his stuff too.
dissolved in front of your eyes. He has moved on to his next life.
Yeah. Well, what are the wolves indeed? Anyways.
When he goes to the chrysalis in another 13 or 14 years for the next time, he's going to be part of the Sealy resistance movement.
Yeah. Well, I thought you would know better.
You know that Gehenna scenario that ends like, okay, Tremere diabolizes Cain. Tremere goes crazy. Tremere is now Cain, wandering the nuclear apocalypse after being cast out by God.
Also, like, as far as I remember, the like Tremere is already fucked. Beyond belief, because what's his face like?
Well, yeah, no, he's fucking possessed.
No. Oh well.
Shit happens.
People die.
Curse be all the spawn of Salute.
Okay. But did you have anything of like interest on them, or rather this guy? Like, what happened to the Dross? Did he get yelled?
The Dross, I'm gonna say, got blown apart and dissolved because he had already unlocked its potential. He got literally hit in the half second before the unleashing took hold and whisked him away. But you have the three pieces that were on one of the other remnants. Other than that, some guns, some knives, a sword.
How many guns?
You don't have a shortage of like light pistols. You can have 2 more.
Okay. Just want to see what you can like put away.
Yeah, it's because I'm currently keeping the light pistols with myself. I did not put on the group stuff, but yeah, we still have 6 of them. plus 19 magazines of silver ammo.
Fucking based. Very based.
If we ever need to betray the werewolves, we can do it.
Hmm?
But that is one more complication. As the tide of dark glamour rises, heroes will rise to try and stop it.
Maybe I'll meet the same fate as this Motley.
Well, this was the first one. It's like the noobs going in being like, this seems like an easy adventure. Level 2 to 3 at most. 20 minutes in and out. Next time you might get, something proper marching in. Like, it's one thing for the wolves to take out randoms who weren't prepared. It's another if, like, a dozen she knights roll up in full plate.
Yeah.
Practically speaking, would this Winterland be a habitable place for werewolves?
Well, werewolves are pretty hardy, but they do need, like, warmth. So, in theory, yes, they could live here. But they would need, like, fire and a safe place to rest.
I'm pretty sure that the local wolves would be very welcome to them, and we could set up our places around.
We could actually do.
I'm not sure. These aren't really wolves. These are like the nightmare idea of wolves. It's like if you didn't read the thing Nyaxi posted, right? It's like they're like spirits from someplace else, right?
Yeah, but nothing is more nightmare wolf than the idea of a werewolf itself.
That's true.
I mean, it is, but the problem is wolves or werewolves like wolves that they can fuck to make more werewolves. That's the problem with them.
Yeah, I was thinking of our wolves respecting the werewolves, not the other way around. That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what do the werewolves get out of this?
I mean, they get like a place to live, like a safe haven. Like, who's gonna follow them here?
They have safe havens. Like, werewolves are also well established in the old world. There's not just woods, there's neighborhoods that vampires don't dare to go into.
I mean, I guess that's fair, but this would be an extra safe haven. And it would allow, they do like us to in some capacity, right? This could also help.
You can try, right? You don't know that much about werewolves necessarily and what they would like.
Yeah.
But your wolves roll up. Oh, I remember you. You're what's called a white howler, right?
My main issue is knowing if how they would react to the dark glamour. I think it's probably okay with them because
it depends how hard you go on all the cannibalistic thing, because to them, when you start eating people, that's a sure sign you fall into the worm.
Yeah, but because dark glamour is different than worm, right?
It is. But it's like close, so it might bleed into the thing, and I think they would see Tulane as corrupted Fae, and you are heading in, the direction of Tulanehood pretty quickly.
Yeah, let me check the wiki. Yeah, I tried to understand this kind of bullshit recently playing mage, but it's just autistic.
Yeah, I think that since you're drawing from an older font of Dark Glamour, you're probably okay. But it's worm adjacent, right? So eventually this magic you're pulling on is gonna get corrupted and you with it.
Can we try to I guess make them swear some sort of oath as well?
Let me see if any of them have more than... No. You can't, because one of them said, I know the ways of your people, and I know that promises and oaths are very important, that I'm signing a blank check. He agreed because he owed you, but he made it clear that he's doing this because he knows this is a big deal and he's a man of honor, right? So, like, we've established that one of them knows about Fae, so he's not gonna be stupid about this. See, there is one werewolf tribe that's very close in their dealings with Fae and understands them. And unfortunately, one of the werewolves is from that tribe, at least.
Okay, it doesn't associate, let's see, unwitting servants. No, it doesn't associate Dark Fae with Worm, Twiki says.
Dark Fae or Talain? Because Dark Fae is unsealing.
Alain is not here. There's...
Yeah, because right now you're
demons, mummies, vampires.
Like, right now, like, the Lane are all fucked up and corrupted based on their gifts. You are just very, very, very extra dark, but not necessarily at full Talanehood. But, like, the thing is that the darker energies are more open to the worm, right? I'm ruling this as the worm hasn't found its way into this realm and corrupted its power yet. Which really just means that you need to consume the worm before it consumes you.
It works.
Just walk into the spiral, a crown of winter blazing on your head. It's time I put a stop to this bullshit. Turns out that House Baylor were double agents against the worm all along.
What's the meme? Dance the spiral, Kadeen.
There has to be at least one werewolf kid, right? That like was autistic and really liked spirals and was like, I'm gonna be named Dances the Spiral. And everyone just goes quiet and the claws start growing.
It's just gonna be like, no, I'm sorry.
That choice is wrong. I know I told you there are no wrong choices for your name, but that choice is wrong.
Yeah, I think reading here the Lane and the Fae Fomorians are like similar to, but it's implied different from the what the werewolves known as Fomorians, the worm mutation monsters. But similar thing, just want to destroy everything and bring chaos. So bad either way.
Sad.
Perhaps with the crown of winter you'll have the strength to open the doors of the Fomorians' prison.
Not impossible.
Meanwhile, they keep on partying in Newstry at court. The Queen's birthday is coming up. Perhaps they will be back in time.
Just imagine, like, stray snowflakes going down on outside the window, and then on the inside.
Close the curtains, turn on the heaters. What a strangely cold summer morning. I mean, if ever there was a court that was gonna keep on partying and laughing while it was like, in the middle of July, just a fucking hailstorm coming down outside. It would be them, and they would have the nerve to complain about the court weather mage not clearing the fucking weather so that the garden part of the party could continue.
What blessed creatures. It has to be some special power of theirs. Now, what do we do concretely against the incursions?
I think there is nothing we can do. We need the Dark Glamour. It strengthens our wolves, but attracts more people. I think the only thing we can do is be ready when they reach our castle and survive the siege.
You have already added in multiple layers of defense that will make it a lot harder for anyone to fuck with your shit.
Yeah, we also should keep an eye on the gateway in case it opens.
Or, even better, we just get the crown and stop focusing to Dark Glamour because it's not necessary anymore. And then everything goes right.
I mean, or redirected into this very land.
It's also as the Dark Glamour grows, you can't know that this is the only Trod that is there. Often Trods can lie dormant until there's enough glamour for them to open again.
Concerning.
Okay. But I assume you wish to make the trip back to the your base of operations.
No, we have to.
No, sense and camping in the wilderness.
Okay. Lady
I'm
Alejandra
gonna add one more day because with as cold as it is, you're gonna need one night of rest to actually recover. And please feel free to add a point of willpower for one night resting in actual warmth and comfort. And this will have taken care of that. And yeah, there's hold on, how do I want to calculate it? You spent a week before. You have Balefire at 2, so right. You have 10 points for the previous week that you can divide up for anyone that's missing any.
Yeah, I want 1.
And
Just
one more point.
Need
for
1
today.
per week to not age.
Okay, so that's 3 accounted for. That leaves 8 left to grab.
Comfortable at 3.
Actually, no, 9 left to grab. Dan takes 3, so that's 6 left. Lady Alejandra.
I'm good.
No, I said I'm comfortable at 3. I'm fine.
Everyone's filling up. You're no longer starved for glamour. You might as well go on full rank.
Yeah, I would say full. We have enough.
-2 then.
Okay, so 7 gets turned into draws. You can add 7 draws to the pile.
I start trading things for draws, and people just ask, "Oh, interesting. This draws is very cold."
Why does it look? No, why does it look like frozen blood?
Why does using it taste like raw meat and despair?
But this is something to keep in mind, and this was always a likelihood. The closer you get, the more the pressure is gonna start to effectively escape your control, right? Like, you have made preparations, built up a base, set up, like, the wolves to help defend this land. No, that's great, but the more you open all the pathways, the more attention you get and the easier it is to get in here. So at some point, it's just gonna be like, trying to bail out water with a sieve.
So we need to build, improve our dams.
Or, and hear me out on this, accomplish the objective and go for the crown.
Yeah, but before, we need to get the crown. We're almost there. But we need to first collect a bunch of winter glamour and supercharge the crown, so when the queen puts on her head, she either explodes or turn into winter.
That's true. I mean, we got a bunch of. What does our balefire glamour count as?
What do you mean?
Like the balefire with the glamour, right? And we have an excess of it, and we can condense that into dross.
Yes,
capacity.
but it doesn't directly condense it. You absorb it and then condense it. Right? So it's your personal darkness rather than the balefire darkness. You did not pick the ability where it does that automatically.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. But I guess.
The balefire in its nature is cold and wind.
So what I'm hearing is we need to do a big ass ritual to channel stuff into the crown before we deliver it.
You would need to go to -10 in order to fully align yourself with ancient ways. Opportunities do randomly arise to commit small atrocities that shift the balance of your nature in this land. I mean, that's the way dreaming works, right? It's not so much the actual harm done as the symbolic resonance of a thing, right? So, one random getting eaten by wolves doesn't mean shit. One random getting shot, same thing. But claiming ownership of all the darkness and horror to a dying enemy like that, well, that's something else.
Well, I guess we have to think about that one then.
It's like the old Jedi games, right? You can cut down 100 people with a lightsaber, but gloat to one dying asshole, and you're a Darksider.
Fucking cursed.
Oh, Christ, I remember playing through KOTOR 2. I think I might have even played through it twice. That was a based fucking game. Really convoluted, but based.
I mean, convoluted is not bad. In the slightest.
I mean, it's a 3rd edition system, so it's...
I have no clue what it entails.
3rd edition? You mean?
Yeah, yeah, it's Star Wars based on 3rd edition Dungeons and Dragons.
You mean the best edition?
No, it's not 3.5, it's 3.
Yeah, it's the 20. Right? It's
Yeah.
open game license. Yeah, best edition.
But, okay. So, you make it back, and you are discussing what to do next. It does... you are keeping track of the moon calendars, I assume. Give me a... Well, you would know that by the time you got to the guy, it was the 12th, right? So they came through on something like the 10th, which is before the dark moon hit in the mortal world. as the so you can see that the paths are indeed opening wider as the flow of dark glamour increases.
But wider, you mean? You also mean more numerous? Or just
Possibly. You know about this one, but previously, this early in the moon darkening, the path wouldn't have been open. Because the dark moon hits now on the 14th and 15th. On the 10th, it was just starting, a little ways into, like 3 or 4 days into the darker half of the moon cycle. I shall share the picture for emphasis. Wait, is that showing the October 2023? Hold on. Did I get it wrong?
Yeah, it's this month.
Oh well, they got in through bullshit Wayfair stuff.
But they regret it now.
Well, they don't regret anything anymore.
we saved it from that fate.
One detail which I hope you noticed, he mentioned Minecart. And he said that Minecart knows.
And what are we going to do about that?
Yeah, I mean, you've been bleeding really heavily. I lost like a whole motley of people just now.
And they, presumably, when they try to break in, they probably lost like a bunch of peeps too, or at least like expended a lot of resources when the troops came through. Can't imagine being healthy for the population either. But I'm also a bit like worried about checking in with them properly, since we've undergone some changes since then.
Yeah, let's not go into enemy territory.
Yeah.
Well, with the way changelings work, it's a lot of independent motleys going on random adventures. It's not like one organized chantry, it's like a hippie commune where everyone is doing their own weird thing, right?
Yeah, but like losing a motley is gonna hurt them quite a bit.
Well, no, obviously it sucks, but with the surge of dark glamour here, it's not unthinkable that people are going to start bussing in from other freeholds because there's adventure to be had here.
So what you're saying is we need to discourage them from coming here. We need to do a deterrent.
You don't understand. You build an imposing dark tower to tower over the landscape, and the changelings are, I bet a fucking necromancer lives there. That's so fucking cool. They're into that shit. You don't understand. The more danger you create, Radimer, the more they'll be drawn like flies to honey.
It's the quest. The more power you have, the more items you have to loot.
Think of the ancient treasures of winter that will be in that tower.
Actually, that's a good point. So we can just go and.
Yeah, you can't just keep escalating. It doesn't work on changelings.
No. We create like a fake, like a honeypot for them to like go to, let them succeed, and then they can fuck off. Just. Of course, one fix the dark glamour, pouring in, but it's not exactly they have a choice.
Okay, so it's midday. Everyone's finally woken up to a meal of lightly singed raw meat.
No, actually, let me roll to see what I can do. I will dedicate myself to our sort of raw meat adventures.
Like, you can still cook meat, I would say. It's more that it just tastes wrong and feels wrong.
Now, it's going to taste right, so I'm going to prepare some good raw meat.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about cooked meat. Like, it no longer tastes right to you.
Yes, so we need to make it raw. Let's go all in.
Okay.
3. Well, probably we don't have lamb. So yeah, I would go for the more French traditional beef tartare.
Okay. So, you're eating, enjoying the nice, cold, crisp morning. Probably just having a picnic in the courtyard, discussing among yourselves. Mernet, you hear it first. The faint crunch, crunch, clop, clop, clop on the paving stones.
Marinette cringes at that sound.
Slowly turn. It's her. She's found you.
No, not her. Not her.
As Marinette cringes, you see a shining, brilliant white unicorn with rainbow glimmers all along the horn, daintily clippity-clop into the courtyard.
Huh. Weird.
Whose is that?
It sort of jumps and skips forward excitedly and just you know how deer leap? It's sort of doing that dainty leap forward, like towards Marinette. Hop, hop, hop. Nay.
Nay.
It seems to be drawn to you. What is this?
That's a unicorn. Clearly, you can see that it has one horn.
Ah,
An
Yeah.
acquaintance?
It leans in and tries to sort of wrap its neck around yours while looking up at you with one eye.
the strangest thing.
She just stands there stiffly.
It keeps
just
moving forward like one of those dogs that really wants to climb into your lap but is too big. Until the front of its body is resting across your torso. It's looking up at you and just, sort of settles down on like folding all four legs, and it's just there in your lap, just like covering half of your chest, looking up at you like, nay.
Do you have a secret for us? How did you get here?
Silly, I'm a unicorn. I will always find my friends.
I look to Marinette. If you are a bit bothered by the unicorn, there is an easy solution, right?
Literally telling herself to get fucked. Wow, Vic!
Just saying,
Solutions.
no one in Jean-Jacques' house ever had any issues with unicorns.
Yeah, at age 12, when they're inducted into squirehood.
It's in France. It's normal there. It's what the French intellectuals do.
guess I probably should try and make friends. God damn it. How do you like this place?
I had to come a long way to find you. You should give me an apple, or maybe some sugar cubes.
Alright, I'll go find some. And wait, we got apples, don't we? Overall.
Okay, roll Dex Athletics to extract yourself. You can apply your escape from narrow spaces bonus, whatever that was, because I think your difficulty goes down.
Yeah, I think it's just one, maybe. It doesn't say now.
Birthright score. It's you can escape from anything. That's what it says. Unless it's called in. So, yeah, go ahead and just roll. Yeah, you extract yourself. She doesn't notice at first, just sort of head plops onto the seat. It's like, wait, friend, don't go! Then you're inside.
I'm like, hold on, wait outside. You'll get your retreat.
Load shotgun with malicious intent.
You just need to feed it with a dark glamour. Just like you bathe it a little bit in it.
She just sort of starts sniffing at the table, looking at what you're eating. So it's like, it takes her 10-15 seconds of that, and then, you know the picture of a cat gagging and almost throwing up? Except that it's a horse doing this. It's like, what?
This is something I've actually seen.
Not the floor. Can you just clean that?
Just eyes all of you, and then just does it. I don't like any of you. Turns her back on you.
You're literally in our house.
You does the horse high stepping thing just towards the door, like I'm too good for you. Fuck off.
Well, I guess I'll return and try and feed it if I found an apple or whatever.
Okay. She sort of snaps to attention when you come out with something in your fist. You know, you can see she's prepared to dodge. And there's this first moment of doubt you've seen from this creature as it just sort of leans forward and sniffs at it. Not really processing that you actually came with an apple and not a rock this time.
Okay, guess she needs some visual aid. I'll take a bite of the apple, too.
He's gonna, lean forward up into your face. He's clearly indicating that, okay, you may give it here, don't eat it, it's mine.
I give it. Here you go.
Okay, she crunches all of it down and she's like, wow. Your lips touch this. It's almost like you gave me a kiss.
mindset.
are you
of being
okay?
in that- She will recognise that as indirect kissing and being the evil version of her now.
Just, she's gonna get on her hind legs and she's gonna try and put her forelegs over your shoulders.
Marinette, I don't mean to intrude.
Marinette, you're my best friend!
Blink twice if you need help.
I blink one with one eye and then one with the other eye. It's more confusion. But I know, she knows what she's doing, unfortunately.
And you thought that the black unicorn was my masterpiece.
Pretty much.
Meanwhile, the unicorn's like, I will wow you and keep you warm, and we will be together forever.
Your persistence paid off.
Wow, it's a nice guy unicorn!
You know, guys, you're more knowledgeable than me about how does unicorn meat taste?
I bet interesting. Nothing else.
Now, you can wait in the stable area. I'll be with you again later to feed you more treats. However, I need to discuss with my group. We are on our own adventure too.
Charisma expression roll.
Just trying to find my expression points if I have any. That's
Right.
4.
Do you?
Hold on, I think I have a debuff to that. Does this, you would count this as a social roll?
Why do you have I mean, this is a social thing.
Yeah, I have to add +2 to a social roll.
Based on
Oh.
what?
Based on Curse of Silence.
Ah. Right, it's hard to get her to pay attention to what you're saying because she's just talking over you. Okay, so you know how you've seen that picture of how big dogs get carried, like they try to crawl in someone's hand? The unicorn is now putting pressure on your shoulders and trying to climb onto you.
Catherine the Creator kind of death. Not supposedly.
So you just see Marinette vanishing beneath what is a very slight build for a horse. It's more like it's built closer to a deer than a horse, right? But it just, you see Marinette buckle under it, and the unicorn doesn't even seem to notice. So that's okay, we'll curl up right here, and just starts curling up on top of Marinette.
Okay, that's enough. You're not welcome here. Get off it.
She just settles in. You can feel the hooves digging in as she finds soft spots to lie on Marinette, and just at the same time turns towards Kadeen and bares her teeth.
Kadeen bares his teeth. Give it that nice Kadeen smile.
Ah, you must be English. Eat a lot of roast beef. Bad teeth.
They're not bad. Come close, I'll show you.
She just makes a couple of stabbing motions with her horns, like, you will stay away from my friend!
You're crushing your friend. Your friend.
No,
And
she's
your
just quiet because that's the way she is. She's a very considerate person. Crunch, crunch, crunch! Who does? Speak over people.
I'm losing wind a little bit here.
And please take
Okay.
1 point of bashing damage from getting crushed by a horse.
I draw my sword, point it at the unicorn, and tell
She
it once
snaps
again.
off of Marinette. Marinette, danger! Run! I'll slow him down!
I tell it, leave now.
Nay!
Nee. Nee. Nee, jetzt. Just take a deep sigh. Then I call her on Kenny. Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
Klaus. Hans. With an unwanted guest.
Okay.
Please be ready. And start drawing closer. Just a little.
She's not trying to stab you, but she's doing that, making thrusts with her horn to try and just stay away, stay away, stay away.
Marinette, get behind me.
You can get up now. She's off you.
I get up. Well, I actually stand beside Lord Kadeen. And I say, take a run in the woods for a little while. Friendship is required.
I'll go race with the wolves. She just sort of prances off the gate.
Man, I'm really tempted to just unleash and how distract this bitch.
It's like, destroy this unicorn.
I don't know
It's
the
a
exact
French
relation.
unicorn. How do you think that goes, especially when it's silly?
Man. Okay. Break group vote once the thing is out of sight. This seems like a liability. Do we kill it?
Oh, that's so fun.
So fun.
I suppose it could be a potential ally for this area. If it stops crushing me for a moment.
Oh, you want to see my friends at the castle? Okay, I'll lead you there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
And if you want to get rid of it, you just have to get rid of Marinette's opportunity.
God damn it.
Could just say I'm stuck in the void area. And that she needs to go to rescue me.
Actually, she needs. We're gonna tell the unicorn that you went to the chantry.
Never
Yeah,
came
you-
out.
Just. It's like, what the fuck?
Shit. That is savage. Wow.
The question is, were we able to extract any information out of it? before they can kill it, or does it like die beforehand?
They're Tremere. At least some of them will be virgins.
All right, we need to go to the back room. Let's fix this problem.
Okay.
Wow! Is that what you're doing? You are dealing with the problem. Wow. How very French of you.
I mean, it's better than like Kenneth Klaus or Hans. Or Gustav, for that matter.
Nah, Gustav is dead. Gustav was the body.
Oh, right. They're still on the pets. I guess like whatever Gustav's replacement is. Or I guess like Stormageddon.
Oh. Yeah, no, I wouldn't try Stormageddon.
I mean, actually, maybe.
You know, you could solidify your lines with the werewolves.
Huh? Oh no. Oh no.
They're always looking for new kinfolk.
That's true.
And they apparently work better than humans for certain needs.
Okay, but does Marinette really want to go that long term into that?
Listen, the easiest fix if you want to have a good experience is to go to the freehold and ask the mayor to help pick someone out. She'll know.
We just give some money to Marinette and leave her at a bar. Like, here, go have fun, drink a bit, and meet someone.
She might do that now.
All over a fucking unicorn. Truly the world of darkness.
What is she, Yennefer now? Jeez.
Alright. I mean, So what does Marinette want? Like it is. Do you want to get rid yourself of your purity? Do you want to rid yourself of that fucking unicorn?
There are several options. You can attempt to kill the unicorn. You can attempt to have the unicorn attack the Tremere or vampires in general. Or you can get rid of what attracts the unicorn to you.
Yeah, well, most of those options might piss off Stormageddon more. And he's working for us at the moment. So I guess she's going to have to take one for the team.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Fucking cursed. And not cursed.
Okay, we're gonna abstract this. We're gonna say that Marinette goes away for a day to take care of some personal issues.
Oh god. I mean, all things considered, that's probably the nicest thing we've done in a long while. Okay, the nicest approach to solve a problem.
Okay, so you know,
I mean, I suggested having some unicorn meat, but no one wanted.
I will ask you to roll appearance streetwise +3 for all the money you have available with your resources. Just because while there is a very small chance, there's always a chance that you will botch.
Okay, that brings it up to 8 then.
Not a botch. Sadly.
So Marinette comes back late that night, goes to sleep. In the morning, Marinette does not come down for breakfast. You go up, you see the unicorn is sleeping next to her door inside the castle, and she cannot get out.
It's got a opportunity.
Okay.
I think we need to get some professional help.
I'm gonna call my my usual and ask if she can recommend anyone.
Okay. Sure, she can recommend someone. You're gonna have to go to Baden-Baden though, because...
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her to Marinette at this point. It's just like, we got you, fam.
Okay,
Am I not good enough?
give me a wit stealth roll to see if you can outwit the unicorn long enough to make it to your assignation.
Can I help?
Yes, any of you who are willing to do any kind of distraction can add 1 dice each.
All right.
I'm assuming this has become a group effort at this point, so
Yes.
+3.
I'm gonna spend willpower on that. You can do multiple willpowers, right?
No. Yeah, just
So
one.
only
effort.
one per roll.
But everyone can add another willpower for Night Well Rested, and there is some glamour. Like 2 points of glamour up for grabs today. Which I assume just goes to draws. So yes,
That brings it to 4.
you distract the unicorn long enough, and about an hour into her chasing one of the wolf guards, on top of the wall, she just stops. Wait, you tricked me, something's wrong. Where's Marinette? Oh, no, and she just takes off running towards the portal room. It's just, hooves just throwing sparks on the cobblestones. No, Marinette, I'm coming. No, don't do it, Marinette.
Well, I think that's taken care of finally.
Okay, and that is indeed taken care of. Marinette, when you are finished with your assignation, the door bursts open, and you see Florina just with a look of utter equine shock on her face watch the scene and just slump. I'm sorry, Marinette. I was too late. She turns away from you as if you were dead to her.
She waves bye-bye.
You just hear
Bye,
as she clops. Don't is dead. She was my friend. I'll miss her. So sad.
Man, you should have recorded, showed it to her again and again.
I'm gonna try and show this picture on stream. Oh yeah, that shows nicely. And I'm gonna share what the what this video will show to you. Beautiful. At least we included one of these NPCs properly that you named at the start. Okay, so Marinette returns. The horse does not. What do you wish to do next?
A sigh of relief, for now at least. And then talk business again. Okay, I think we made good progress so far. The question is what are our next steps? It seems the commoners are getting uppity.
We should gauge the situation at the throat we're trying to open. We can, become more subtle if we have the crown.
That makes a lot of sense.
If anything, if these invaders are always coming to the same region to increase our safety, we could just do regular and similar strategies. We could go with the good old Vietnamese strategy. What was Japanese? No, the pit with the sticks. We just couldn't start putting some pits with sticks there.
That's true.
That would be an encroaching of civilization, and you can immediately feel it. It would be encroaching on the dominion of the wild. Traps are what people and civilization uses against beasts of the wild and wolves, dangerous predators. So if you scatter traps, yes, it will harm the invaders, but it will also shrink the influence of the wolves. And if you do a lot of it, it undermines or goes against your oath as well, because you're supposed to preserve the dominion of the wild.
Right. You could try to get more wolves.
The wolves are already multiplying. Like the last time you went out, you saw more than ever before. The real danger is that at some point, someone is gonna have enough civilized crap, or enough will just come through to teach the wolves that guns equal civilization, and at that point, people are gonna start getting through. Because you've shot at the wolves a couple of times, I think, right? And these fuckers came in and used gunfire to try and chase them off. Sooner or later, that lesson is gonna stick, and they're gonna treat guns as one of the things they're supposed to avoid.
You could try to attract something else besides the wolves.
You could. You had a unicorn. Had, as in the past tense.
Yeah, I don't think unicorn would be a good defensive system. We already have one, and it's a very expensive one.
Yeah. Now what I'm thinking about is some sort of type of creature that works with different rules, so it's not one way to circumvent it, but you need to do several things, and hopefully get somewhat.
If you could turn the woods into more of a marshy thing, there are the insects that fucked whenever you took anything but raw water from the river. So they could get swarmed when they try to gather wood for fire or things like that.
I mean, we haven't made a pact with the forests just yet.
You haven't made a pact with the forest yet.
Yeah.
But you also don't necessarily know of a existing pact you can easily step into, and it's kind of difficult crafting that level of oath. The last time it was done, it was the most well-known example is to found the Changeling way, and that was centuries ago. It's kind of lost tech to a large extent.
attack. Alright.
Maybe if you had the Crown of Winter and its authority, you could manage it. Or perhaps the Runestone, if you could twist nature in service of the oath inscribed upon it, that might do it. But someone will have to sign.
We can't even read the damn thing.
So do you always read the terms and the conditions?
If it's signing away my soul, then yes.
Okay, it's an old Fey pact. Of course you're signing away your soul. That's kind of the fucking point.
I mean, exactly. That's why I'm gonna go read it. Want to read it first?
Listen, if you were a proper member of House Baylor, you would just summon a demon and make a deal.
I don't think I'm that kind of Baylor.
Yeah, that is painfully obvious.
Look, I'm not. Kadeen is not a philosopher or a thinker, or even a scholar of any kind.
If you were, you would have trapped the unicorn into a soldier instead of telling Marinette to get fucked.
Man, I was tempted to do something stupid to the unicorn though. But it would have probably been more wasted effort.
I'm actually gonna copy this image and put it in tabletop chat as an advertisement to the server. Maybe someone else will watch this.
See how it is.
Well, I guess now would be the last probably moment before the attacks are rare enough that you can still add a layer or two to your fortifications.
Yeah.
Oh, how can we do that?
Well, that's what Redimer wants to do. But if you increase the flow of glamour any further, at that point it kind of gets to the point where, things are already starting to leak through a fair bit, right? Like the unicorn, the motley, who knows what else. You increase it any further, it's probably gonna be happening faster than you can keep up with. Or you could just say fuck it and go for the win.
I mean, possible. I would like to see a little bit of extra security before that. I mean, hopefully next is right and we get like a very good opportunity to be a bit more subtle once you have the crown. But no, there's no guarantee. So, like what do we have? Like if the werewolves won't move in with us. The
Well, you haven't asked the werewolves as such, but it's...
I mean, we're gonna count as corruptors at some point. So that's basically off the table.
You do
Then,
have more weaponry. So if you could find bodies, you could arm a larger militia.
That's true.
And like your freehold itself is gonna be difficult to find and reach because you have a decent-ish sanctity rating.
I mean, yeah. On one hand, that's true, but on the other hand, they were almost at our gates before. Well, they were at our gates before. They were like 1 or 2 successes offer of actually coming in.
Well, yeah, at the cost of unleashing 4 times and getting lucky enough not to completely fry themselves in the process.
Yeah, but as you said, like things will get worse as time goes on, and I think that's a fair thing to draw as a conclusion in character as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, 4 unleashings and now might be just the minimum commitment these people are willing to put in.
If only
So-
you had proper art to raise up ravines and, shape the land, but no, it's like fucking chicanery and autumn.
Oh wait, those are proper arts.
Fucking dragons are.
Look, the thing has been putting a lot of work into for us.
Well, it's very good for combat, yes.
Exactly.
Not so much for narratively, unfucking things.
Well, we'll need more XP for that one though. Can't be everything at once.
Listen, all you need is 1 dot of an art and then you unleash.
No, that's not how it works.
I mean, it can work if you're really lucky.
I mean, actually, you could unleash Sovereign and try and... Actually, if you kept unleashing Sovereign and accumulated enough successes over time, you could potentially craft a new oath, at least locally.
I don't think that's what you're meant to do with 1 dot or so.
No, that sounds like a you problem. Why didn't you buy more Sovereign?
Well, I haven't. Well,
Okay, you cut out. I can't hear you making excuses for your failures as a player.
I had to buy other things. Like survival and money.
Ah, yes, money.
I mean, money is also has been putting in a lot of work for us.
And money is a kind of sovereign if you think about it.
It's true. It's very true. Just need to go to the right people.
Redemir, you did say you wanted that treasure, which I said was too fucking OP, but something you could buy if you want to be more survivable is a sheep plate for 3 dots.
No, that's true.
And that 100% your house would grant you at this point because, yeah, you did good, kid. Shame about your squire, but you did good.
Well, sometimes the Thelain have to fall in battle for the rest of us to survive. It's for the greater good of House Baylor.
Chops off the head of the mage that was about to heal him. For House Baylor! In that same fucking cadence when Tommen threw himself out of the window, it was immediately like, for House Lannister! You remember that shit?
Yeah, I do. Was more the only good thing of the later seasons.
Oh, The Winds of Winter was a based episode, honestly. Shame about season 7 and 8. Okay, so what we're discussing is how to ensure that your position is secure enough that, you don't need to worry about the time constraint when going after the crown, essentially?
Well, mostly, I mean, we are trying to push this thing further, right? Which should trigger some kind of response.
Well, yeah, people keep getting worried because, I don't know how agricultural Germany is, but I assume they grow a reasonable percentage of their own food, which means that if they have a poor harvest, and most of Central Europe has a poor harvest, Africa starves.
And it's gonna free up some dark glamour over there.
That's true.
I mean, Ukraine produced a lot of food, but Ukraine is invaded.
I mean, if they have to come in through the woods, that's already good, I guess, for us, since the freehold is, days of travels away from the breach.
Mm-hmm. Is there maybe like a way to fuck up the weather more?
But I think the
If
problem
anyone
is
is trying to reach the freehold, that's the form your sanctity rating will take. Like I said, the freehold, it's about cold and wind and weather in general, right? Like that's the nature of the power there. So it will be covered in mist, there will be cold winds blowing in their faces, they're trying to approach, that sort of thing.
maybe we should just summon a demon to help guard the freehold.
I will call my house. So yeah, I need demon summoned. Can you send me the manual over?
I need to infuse it into the rocks of this freehold. Just turn the location into an earthbound.
A fruitful partnership. I can already see it. God.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we would make the woods more dangerous while also keeping them wild.
I mean, like we flood them. Make it a swampy forest.
Isn't the swamp gonna freeze?
Well, yes, but I don't think a frozen swamp is necessarily safe.
I mean, we should unleash a blizzard upon the entire realm.
Yes, if only you had Skycraft with someone who can actually unleash, not these, effectively half-blood servants.
Even if I had a dot, I wouldn't wanna unleash it.
It's okay, Bacon had 3 or 4 dots of Chicaner and he still managed to fuck it up.
Well, yeah, but that's just being unlucky.
By the way, you can heal that bruised damage, like the bashing damage, Dan. Things heal super fast in the dreaming.
It's amazing.
I mean, you could always try and entice more Chimera via Lady Aleandra and just feed them some of the glamour this place is generating. Just make
Maybe
some deals.
Even like bait.
Or like just a pact, like I will pay you 2 draws per week and you will patrol this road for intruders. Or you could go and hire some changelings and be like, I will pay you 4 draws per week if you guard against intruders. Just flash this sign, let the wolves know you serve us. It's fine. they won't touch you if you're serving us. Oh, by the way, since you're now our servant, I need you to sign this stone.
Sign the stone, please. Huh. And who would you like come if we ask? Like would I have to be someone from the outside, or we literally reveal ourselves to the freehold, which is probably not a wise idea.
Well, given how you're starting to look, that's probably not a wise idea at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, my prince, I'm ready to report. Lord Kadeen, what's wrong with your face? Did you get hit in the face? Do you need extra money sent for a dentist?
Yeah, like what's the general consensus now? How to approach this? Like I do want to have like some like invasive species actually settling down, but the question was, what would that be? Like I want something like long term being set up, not just we pay them like constantly, and they live and they just here like basically against their wills more or less.
Now, if you had Wayfair, you could or contracts, you could unleash those cards to force things into this realm, right? Honestly, maybe the best way to think about this, since you want to assault the Tremere anyway, is less like specifically layers of defense and how you increase your combat capability in a way that can help with the Tremere, and then after you're done with the Tremere, be turned to defending this place.
I mean, that would basically the easiest path would probably be just get some mortals in and get them hooked, basically, which would diminish our income, but would end up with more new
I
new
will
interplay.
say, I will allow you to do this, but you will have to buy up the retainer dots to whatever amount of retainers or retinue you want, in the same way that you dealt with the freehold. So you'll have to buy the temp dot as well.
But wouldn't that mean we'd
But you could take it all the way to 5, and you could make your new bodyguard, sworn to the freehold as well. Like, I think, at 5 you get 7, 8? Something decent, right? So you could have enough helplets to actually reasonably garrison the place.
Yeah, that would mean more expenditure on the entire party. Huh. Is it like not?
Well, you have 1 point already in retinue, right? So if everyone expends 3 XP this session, you could take it all the way to 5. And just say that, hey, we spend a week, trolling weird furry forums, etc., and see who's willing to swear their soul to winter and the forest, and
Yes, for sure, it's a prank. It's a dare. It's gonna be funny. We're gonna pull out Lexus on camera and be like, we're gonna
stick your hand into the white fire. It's okay. It's just a prank. Like, I'm not so sure we came here through a black mirror. I think this might be real. There were burning hoof prints all around the place where we came through. The place where we came through, it smelled faintly of dead bodies.
Any thoughts, sir, from the rest of the party on this matter?
It would be a lot of. It would be 3 sessions straight of investing XP into the realm.
I mean, this could be seen as abducting people again, sending us further down the,
Well,
path.
grabbing people and forcefully inducting them into faehood is very much a thing. Yes, you're absolutely right, Dan. Thanks for making me think of that, because yes, now I definitely will give you Oh, right. That's definitely a thing. Right, because you are inducting people.
It's very traditional.
It's very traditional. Timmy was stolen by the dark things in the forest. But if Timmy ever returns, my older son, if your little brother ever returns, don't let him in. It's just this pale, frozen, blue face knocking on her. Brother, I am cold here, brother. Let me in. Ding, 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 ding.
I crave the warmth of the inside. Please!
Hug me, brother. Share some of your warmth with me. Jesus Christ, this is some fucked shit. Winter is coming. Little did the seers who were predicted the arrival of winter and the rise of banality realize that they were in fact predicting 2 different events. But okay, like, buying up retinue and building a small army, if you want to be as secure as you possibly can be in terms of military power, right? that's probably the way to go about it.
Mm.
Because you don't need more like generic layers of defense, right? Because those are porous, right? You need something that can respond in like a directed manner.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, true, I guess.
And if you have 8 people of retinue, you can afford to sacrifice one to the pact.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
I hope Germany bought enough natural gas this summer. That's all I've got to say.
That's a fun fact that Germany does not have like a proper strategic reserve. It's just like some reserves like here and there, but not like a centralized thing.
It's enough to handle small spikes, but it's not like built to handle like a year's worth.
I mean, it's more like not really. It's not really like government-owned stuff. Like
No, it's
like
just private tanks.
yeah, like big companies and stuff have that kind of stuff.
Jesus Christ! Even my shitty country maintains like I mean, we have a big gas storage, and we like companies are required to keep 60 days of fuel as a reserve.
I mean, I'm not sure what the requirements are, but they probably have some like they clearly they're keeping track of how much we have for obvious reasons. But like it's more. It wasn't that much in public focus for a long time.
Hey Bacon, what do you think? The current idea is to buy up our group retinue to 5 and induct more soon-to-be new changelings into winter.
How much XP? Like, I don't remember if I noted
3
down.
each.
No, how much XP do you have?
After
Currently?
this session, it should be 30 total.
Right. So yeah, it's more XP that we are not using on ourselves.
Yes.
Yep, it's gonna be about a third of it. That went to
Well,
free.
it's probably the best option if you care enough to try and make this. I should stop giving players bases because they always want to turn them into impregnable fortresses.
In its instinct, you have a base. You need to
You need to
fortify it.
secure the chantry.
But I think like, adding more people here, I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I guess more defense, but let's be honest. Even in character, we know that adding more people to this winter thing might not be the smartest idea long run.
Right now, you already have, I think, what's your sanctuary is 4, so you have 4 wolf guards and your 3 changelings. So you're not bad on, the fort holding out.
Eventually someone is going to invade, we just need to be quicker with our mission, and then we can tone down Thick Dark Glamour and everything, and not care about invasions.
Dude, sorry, bro. The Dark Glamour was just a prank, bro. We're gonna tone it down, bro.
Or we can just have it done, we completed our quest, we go back to France and we get the proper recognition and nobility and everything, so we have the government of Neustria protecting us.
I mean, we can't really do that.
I mean, you bend the knee and you garrison 12 knights here to attack, to start claiming this territory for the... You hold a fake referendum in the local freehold and they want to join Neustria.
You want to join? I mean, this freehold is technically like another realm, like our freehold. So and we already got like the offer that we're not supposed to refuse to like bend the knee to them.
Yeah,
So,
you've given the opportunity, and like, hey, you're gonna be barons or counts or whatever, right? Like, you're gonna be promoted within the court, you're gonna be important people, like it's looking real good for you. I see a shining career ahead of you.
Yeah.
So I think we don't focus all on defense because we are going to need some capabilities of being useful in to finish the quest, not just holding up here.
I mean,
Have
yeah,
something
but
for ourselves.
I mean, that was the entire idea behind like retinue, because we could like use them on like the offensive as well. And, yeah, I can see like I'm hesitant like myself about this. Like how about this? Like we think about this between sessions, which and I come back with like new thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we can set that aside. Like I said, like the actual recruitment will take like a week. And I guess then what about the other plans? We keep going back and forth about this. We now have 2 reasonably soft targets left, right? Getting the freehold, like the commoner freehold, to the point where they give up trying to control the glamour and, explore into this realm both at once, right? At least, right? Just like, make it too costly for them essentially to continue fucking with your plans. Or the Tremere Chantry and reclaim and rebuild the Eye.
I mean, I think the commoners are the easier target.
Then you need to deliver at least one more blow to their operation to control the flow of glamour. But you have werewolves in your debt, so...
But they're probably not going to do this all the time, so we need to like be careful what we use them on. Plus, some of them might die. Actually,
also
for
keep
sure.
in mind, you're gonna have to now go the long way around. That Trod will have collapsed by now.
Yeah, we also should do some scouting to see how to best strike at their operations.
Well, we could already invoke the French card. Get backup here and start a direct conflict with them if they see that, oh, fuck, the French actually a threat and we can't just try to stop this weird glamour thing. We have to save ourselves to defend against the French now.
So you want to start a major war, the biggest since the Arcadians returned.
Perhaps?
Okay. That might be difficult, given that neither side wants to revisit.
We don't need to start the war, we just need to increase the known nobility presence here, just bring more people around for them to feel threatened. Maybe if we get the Nisra to officially recognize our place. Oh yeah, things like that.
Yes, if they officially recognize your place, that might... See, it depends on if they realize that Dark Glamour is empowering you, right? Because if they do, then it won't discourage them from stopping to,
Yeah, it will just encourage.
And there's also the thing that you will have to swear fealty in order for them to recognize you. Like, you have to actually be a vassal. Which is, I believe, something you didn't want to do because it makes it harder to, cut off the queen's head before you place the crown on it.
I mean, the crown can go on the queen's head before, right? You can decapitate it afterwards.
See, you're becoming part of winter. If she's crowned Queen of Winter, it might be really hard for you to move against her.
No, okay, that's a fair point.
It depends on what the crown does, but if it's, as you seem to assume, immense power and authority, all caps, you might get fucked given what you are rapidly becoming. Imagine Winter being subservient to not just the Summer Queen, but one of the Summer Queens.
It's fine, she just needs to grow into her role.
Uh-huh.
The world will experience an autumn and a never-ending winter.
What you need to do is make a big reset. Let the humans hide in caves and huddle on, next to small fires as outside the winds howl. It's the only way to restore the balance.
Exactly.
It's actually really windy and cold outside. So it's kind of like giving that vibe like, oh shit.
We like playing, but somewhere out there, there's like a real it's like a real like changeling group trying to do this in parallel. Oops. Oh well.
You know that burning coal or gas pit in Africa that's like the gates of hell or whatever? There was this one place that's like this burning pit. Like you have to carry the crown of winter all the way to there and toss it in to destroy it. But right next to it someone just goes like, the crown of winter is mine. It just commands the glaciers to start moving. Fuck you all. I ain't doing this.
Average winter experience. Okay. But like, so what we're gonna do for real now?
So we're leaning towards the freehold, not the Tremere. Are we really not gonna violate a chantry?
Not yet.
Camilla's already heavily pissed off.
Yeah, that's true. We need to let it simmer down a bit.
Well, there's still the option that I proposed before. We could try to find something to trade with the Tremere for the eye.
Okay, counter argument. Once the path is open, do you really care what the Camarilla thinks?
Yes, we're going to stay around for a while if things go right.
We have invested ourselves into like a giant freehold. We can't just leave this place. I mean, I guess we could try to reconfigure the pathways to all lead to like France at some point or some bullshit.
You could literally ship the stone back to the court at France. It's literally one of your trogs. You could use it to bring the path there.
Maybe we should get some way back home. Just need to give it to someone that we trust and is not stupid enough to inscribe the name.
By the way, you will need to establish some sort of home in the Autumn World. I've sort of been hand-waving it, but I think we're rapidly reaching the point where I have to give you nightmare dots for how much time you've been spending inside the dreaming.
I mean, we have that one place.
You have the one place in Baden-Baden, but I don't think you want to return there. I'm getting the feeling you think it's too much heat or whatever.
It kinda is. Like the easiest way I'm thinking about is like just getting another one of those vacation homes.
Yeah, maybe on the outskirts of Stuttgart.
Or about like in Stuttgart, like just like rent the entire like upper floor of like a big hotel chain.
I'm
Very.
sorry, but Mr. Venture has that month blocked out for the penthouse. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can just rent the hotel from The Shining.
I guess that would work.
There's also the option, and I hesitate to say this because I know just how much of a circus these things turn into when role players try to do them, but you could try and break into the chantry without actually permanently killing any vampires. And that might piss off the Tremere without pissing the rest of the Camarilla off.
Yeah, but how does through wards work again? They probably have wards, right?
It's willpower
willpower
rolls.
roll.
It's willpower rolls at the difficulty that's dependent on the thaumaturgy skill of the one who made them. And it depends on how paranoid the Tremere is. He has the cold iron fence. He might not have bothered with a full warding circle because warding a large territory is expensive in terms of willpower.
That's true.
Like, once you have a cold iron fence, like, fake shit isn't gonna come in. Presumably, right?
Presumably.
Like, there are ways to sense that sort of thing. Again, you haven't scouted the chantry in person. I just want to raise the option that it don't have to be an assault. You could pull a heist instead. Or you could just, subdue the vampires without killing them.
That's really tricky.
Yeah, we'd have to scout first. I mean, no matter what we go after, we have to scout first, I think.
Come to think of it, the chantry is actually easier to access because you would need a way into the near dreaming now that that road is closed.
That is true, yeah.
You also have won a lot of goodwill with werewolves. They might be willing to help you scout one location or the other without, using up that favor.
Yeah, that's true. Mutual enemies and all that on top of it.
And they're werewolves, so some of them will be good at stealth. Presumably. Actually, no, you worked with them. You know that some of them are really good with stealth. Some less so.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, yeah. We just can't take them along on the actual mission because the werewolves would not jive well with the idea of not killing the vampire.
No, you just take the one that actually owes you, and it's like... Although, actually, that's another good point, right? My prince, I know the changelings have been uppity, but I detect no sign of fake magic on this corpse. He was ripped apart by a werewolf's claws. It doesn't need to be like nobody died. It's like, if you make it, if you present them with like a better version of who done it, it doesn't increase the heat on you. So if you want to still go with the assault, bringing the werewolves, like if you want to get into the chantry, depending on what your goal is, bringing along the werewolves is either the worst idea or the best idea.
We like stealth in after scouting, and then instead of like a heist, we like just pull off like an assassination. Just that the werewolves have like the the Alpha Strike.
I mean, it's completely fine, right? We can just count on Marinette and her door opening powers that she still has, as we all know.
Nope.
Ah,
We don't have that.
Yeah, but they
Oh,
don't
no.
know you don't have that. You never told them, remember?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's easy, right? The werewolves pull a hole in the cold iron fence, you all sneak through, right? Then Marinette opens a door to the brick wall, you all step into the building, and at that point the werewolves knock out any day guards that are still there. Then one of them goes upstairs and is like Morning Leech before activating Rage. And you know dismembers the regent.
That sounds lovely. Be right back. I have to let the cat out.
No, though, given that there's a lot of cold iron, I think at least one of you who has a flaw is going to be taking some penalty. Offer the offer Stormageddon the you know, a chantry full of virgin wizards.
I think they are too old for him.
That might be true. They still need to have some sort of hope left in their lives.
That's not really about age.
Well, no, but that's Ramir.
Yeah, true. They are nerds. Nerds don't have hope for their lives.
I mean,
And there was one
Tremere
very
made
hopeful.
the whole
and
thing
Leon.
about House Tremere is that they try to strip the actual magic out of actual magic, right? So it's just purely mechanical.
Honestly, they did the right thing because mage magic it's absolutely bullshit and it's against nature, while vampire magic is perfectly natural.
It's not even mage magic, it's just mortal sorcery translated into using vampire blood instead of willpower for fuel. Because mortal sorcery works in pretty much the exact same way, it's just that you spend willpower points instead.
Mortal sorcery is natural and okay. It's the issue when they were like proper mages, doing proper mage stuff. It's bad.
There was this thing in like one of the vampire mage crossover modules where some mage could still hear Tremere's avatar screaming due to the embrace. Incredibly based. I guess it depends how much prep work do you want to mess around with it, because honestly, like finding a way into the near dreaming is gonna be a pain, because you easiest way is to go through a freehold, or you have to track down some random trod somewhere, right? It's like, I guess maybe Lady Alandra can go around and try and ping for the nearest way to the Silver Path.
How about we trade the location of exact location,
You
but
got
then
like the
we trade
freehold,
to-
right?
yeah, we trade the freehold location and how to infiltrate with the Tremere for the eye, so we deal with the two issues at the same time.
You could try. You don't know how much the Tremere value the eye or that knowledge.
Oh,
Ah, my Lord Regent, I have a pact for you. 3 pieces of the eye for 3 werewolves.
I mean, that's dangerous trade.
It is a dangerous trade, but on the other hand,
And you'd have to call them on your skills, I guess. Which is the same as scouting. It's the equivalent of scouting.
you just lead them into an ambush. You know, tasers come out, start shooting them, they start fighting. They're like, run! This is an ambush! Run, my allies, run!
There's also the old strategy we had of getting contact with them, setting up a meeting in one place that is near them, and just waiting the meeting to start before we broke into their chantry.
That is a non-stupid way to go about this. If you can think of something worthwhile enough to offer them, or you can send a representative that's some kind of representative they'll take seriously. You can probably draw at least one of them out of there, right? So, at the very least, you'll draw up some ghouls and a vampire, which will make the task easier.
Yeah, that's up. The decision needs to end up with the more combat and operation-oriented people.
Riddimer, you're muted, but how do you feel about the idea of setting up a meeting with the Tremere and heisting the chantry while they are discussing a trade with your representative?
Interesting thought. Interesting thought. But it would mean we need to do it during the day.
Well, no. During the night, right?
During the night. I mean, yeah, during the night.
But that's better because it's easier to actually sneak in. And you can draw up a vampire and probably some ghouls doing that.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Did we do some scouting already?
Nope. We've just been discussing the many options. Nobody wants to commit, and apparently they don't want to trade all your werewolf allies for the 3 pieces of the eye.
Yeah, we do have the city plans for the chantry.
Yes.
So what's registered on the government probably changed, but we know the layout of the building.
And presumably, can you make some guesses? Like, how many people would be like comfortably be squeezed in there into there? I assume at least like their own people. They wouldn't be, they wouldn't.
The layout is similar to the chantry in Springfield, if you remember, Bacon. Second floor is private rooms. First floor is like the welcoming hall and the library, and then there's a basement level.
Okay, so if it's like Springfield, you can fit like 20 people in there all the time.
It's not 20, but 6 to 8 they could probably fit. But let's say up to 8.
It had 6 rooms, plus the mortals that would come around work, so yeah, a lot of people can
but
fit
the
there.
mortals you treated badly. But we're gonna say up to 8 rooms upstairs, right? Presumably some of them are like private offices or something, maybe, because there is no like private rooms on the first level, right? But yeah, 8 rooms upstairs, so reasonably between 4 and 6 people staying there, maybe. So it could be a whole coterie of the mortals coming around during the day if it's the very worst case scenario.
Yeah. Doesn't look too enticing, but I guess we'll make do. And one way or another, well, that means we need to spend some like time to, get some buffs going.
If only you had computers and technology, you could launch a drone and watch the place during the night to see the comings and goings and get an estimate, right?
Yeah, a drone, one of those new fancy things.
Yeah, if there's a drone flying around in the city, people would notice and think it's the Russian spying.
Well, what you do is you fly a drone to the roof of the building, next to it and land it. With a camera angle on the front.
We just do the old thing and we just hire a homeless person or some random guy to just watch.
Do you want to do that?
No, just saying that. We don't need to use technology when we have the old
No,
ways.
like you're absolutely right. Like you have money. I will let you roll your resource rating to set up mortal ways of watching the place. If that's what you want to do.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, we're gonna call this another week passing. So there's another 10 points of glamour up for grabs.
4.
9 points, I always need 1.
And one of you needs to set up the spy network. The rest of you can do other preparations if you wish.
Yeah, but
one of those preparations can be to find another place to stay, like another guest house, and making it comfortable for habitation nearer to your portal. So who wants to do what?
I'm the one that they already know the existence, so it's better if that guy we already know is watching us, instead of, there's more people watching us now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I'll set up the immortal spine.
Okay. Dan, what about you? What do you want to do?
I guess I help with the moving of our stuff to another location.
Okay. Naxi?
Is there anything you want to research? That's kind of what I'm good at, though.
You could try and research something really specific, like Tremere defensive magics.
Yeah, sure, that sounds good.
Okay, I'm gonna say that since you don't have libraries specialized in this, since you didn't want a second specialty in vampires, base is 9, but it goes to a 7 thanks to the freehold.
Okay, how does that work again? It's my intelligence and crime mail.
Plus the library rating.
Okay.
And
Just
Redemer, what about you? What do you want to do?
Well, I'm pretty used to this kind of endeavors, but I will go out of my way to prepare for combat. And make sure we got enough.
You have 20 or 30 draws stored up. At this point, it's hard not to be ready for combat.
I mean, it's more around that. I also want to get some buffs going. Essentially, spend some time to who was going to be on the kill team.
I will let you do this if you're spending a week on this. You can prepare a truly elaborate day-long ritual and get a full -5 for your castings of Dragon's Ire.
Oh, fucking nice.
Because I think that's reasonable. You have the cash money for it. You can, have that be a thing. You have, 2 levels that are useful for a fight, so you can have both of them prepared and group cast.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with you, Bacon. Give me the resources roll.
Okay, we currently have 3 resources or disposal, and I have personal 3.
No, you roll the full rating. The 3 is like how many big expenditures you can buy.
So yeah, I got 6.
Okay, so that will determine how much information you get. And then give me manipulation subterfuge, and I will roll something appropriate from the vampire side to see if to what extent they notice that things are not great.
I have cunning and Tiloncon.
I think cunning would apply because you're trying to avoid notice, which means that you beat him out and they have no idea who is spying on them.
You know, the more Fey we get, the more my cunning turns into cunningly brutal.
Okay. Marinette. So let's see. You probably want to ensure that the... give me like a manipulation stealth, let's say. To see how well you cover your tracks, explain your absence and your moving to the local Fae to not arouse suspicion. Because at this point, you are under a non-zero amount of suspicion.
I'm gonna also roll willpower to that one.
This is a week-long thing, you can't.
I can't? Okay, never mind. So that's
Don't botch again. You already botched so much. What are the chances?
I failed once, I must fail again.
Okay. It's not a very good explanation. They're certainly sus about your moving and might spy on the new place as well, but... you know, you are not stopped or interfered with in any meaningful way. Then, Nyaxi, if you would, the mega roll. Jesus, that's so much dice. Okay, we'll go over the information you discover in a bit, and Redemer, you wanted to prepare buffs.
Yes.
You're gonna have to use scene and times, and that means that it's 2 extra glamour for each casting, so you can subtract those from the draws.
Yeah, but I do want to know something. Who's actually going to come with on this mission, and are we going to bring the mortals along? Well, I guess goons on the slug chrysalis.
Well, you can cover a room, so you can cover your 3 mortals. You can invite the werewolves to participate in the powerful spirit blessings that will accompany this task.
Yeah.
And I don't see a reason why you can't do 10 people. And that will cover everyone.
Yeah. I'm looking up, I don't have any actor, so I would need to fake it, I think.
Yes. The werewolves would count, I think, as a level 2 actor.
Alright.
So that would rate the expense just for activating all the things to 4 draws per casting, and if they're weird, it's 5.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't make it so that since the lowest realm is gonna be.
That might be the case. So you're gonna have to decide if you want to include the werewolves or if you're gonna be just us and our ambassadors. Because I assume the normies are gonna be the ones talking to the Tremere and trying to delay them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna include them for it's not that fun. Although, if you fake a level, do I get the dice from that?
No.
Or? Yeah.
So it's up to you. Werewolves are killing machines anyway, so.
Yeah, but that would be extra killy if they're much harder to hit, for example, and or stronger.
Yeah, if it turns out it's 6 Tremere and Sile, and the pack is just weaves between the bolts of lightning and flame, just ripping through, and it's okay, shit.
Yeah, no. I think I'll try to include them and hope it just roll real good. Like it's minus 5 difficulty. That should be fine. I
It
think.
goes to a minimum because you're casting presumably in the freehold and you have the ritual.
Yeah,
Actually,
I
no.
thought-
Hold on. It's -6, right?
Mm.
But it's +2, and it starts at 8, so it's at a 4.
Yeah. I thought I had 4. That should be fine-ish. We're gonna see.
So which one are you doing first, strength or dodge?
At the dodge first.
Okay,
So it's like, 9 turns of dodge.
it's 9 turns of dodge, yeah.
And then the strength buff. I guess we'll see how much success we end up rolling here. Okay.
So
Just
1
gonna-
turn of 2 extra?
Like it's gonna, yeah, like 2 extra strength and like it's gonna
Wait,
be
no,
3
it triples, so it's 3 turns of 2 extra.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so please record this. And this will be a boon to your newly slowly being infused with winter half-bloods should the negotiations go badly. Again, I'm making the assumption that the 3 of them are the negotiating party and you're actually infiltrating.
That's what I assume as well.
Yes.
Okay, so with the resources, right? You have an idea of maybe 12 people that entered the building over the week. However, some of them only entered once or twice, like about half of them, and the others are showing up there regularly, like every day and night, more or less.
So most don't live there, or
Most don't live there. There was also like the people that visited were generally people that arrived in fancy cars. One of them was just some bum that was wrapped in clothes, just covering his face, everything that just sort of shuffled in weirdly. But like, yeah, there were 5 people who were showing up in cars that weren't being like parked at the chantry during the day. They just showed up in the night and left an hour or 2 later.
okay, so it's a very famous place, I guess.
In terms of Tremere defenses, you got 4 successes, right? So that is enough to get a good working understanding of wards. So effectively, they have to infuse them with blood and willpower, and they fade after a while. If it's a large location, it will be based almost entirely on how much personal energy they were willing to burn on this. So, and it lasts about a year or so. So unless they want to spend most of the year, like, you know, on their backs just staring off into space, or unless there's a lot of vampires in there, they're very limited in how much of that they can do. They have to choose what they ward against and how hard. So like, yeah, like every type of supernatural they have to ward against separately. And the costs rise rapidly as the radius of the territory protected expands. So it's noticeably costly the more things they ward against. And the other thing you're aware of, that there are touch wards, and those actually are more painful and they do actual lethal damage, right? Like they fuck up your nerves, they shut down your organs, that sort of thing. And they can be permanent. but they're limited to a specific object, right? So I don't know, if you're handling the forbidden book, like their Necronomicon or whatever, that might be warded against your kind. So you have to be careful. One of the giveaways is that these wards generally have to be traced in blood. So you can try and inspect things for wards by looking for the presence of blood. Some things it might be one-off, but something like a book or whatever, it'll probably be noticeable that someone drew a sigil on it in blood, even if it was a decade ago, right?
Yeah.
So that's roughly the gist of it. That is not a bad idea. Like, that is literally something you could do, actually.
It's true, yeah. Just spray it on the wall and see if there's a ward.
I mean, you love, but like, blood is how you can tell, other than supernatural abilities to sense magical energies, right?
Okay, we're gonna buy some for everyone. It's so stupid, but I love it. We need to have that.
And yeah, and then there is the cold iron itself, which is a pain in the ass, but you're bringing strong ass werewolves with you. Worst case, they'll rip out a section of the fence. I'll actually check the werewolves, like how good are they at, doing science shit. One of them is decent at the computers and technology, but doesn't have science, so you're not getting termite. What you can get is, I don't know, like him flying a drone over the building to make sure that, check the windows, whatever, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's roughly where it stands. Like, Chantry has around 6 permanent residents or so, it appears, right? Or people who regularly stay there. And over the week, there's another 5 or 6 people that visited. Which, in troubled times, who knows, this Tremere might even have a few friends or whatever, as strange as that seems. That, or he's trading for favors, or just consulting with people, given that apparently there are great shifts happening in the phase spaces, and new dangers might come out of the woods to affect the stability of the glorious Camarilla, which none should doubt. Is there any other info that I might not have covered that your successes might allow for that you want? Okay, well, then I think with that we can end here. Nyaxi, what are your thoughts in character and out?
Well, in character, I'm very surprised the unicorn came to this place. And well, glad that the wolves did some good work, keeping the castle hidden. Out of character, anticipating the Chantry.
Okay. And Redemer, what about you?
Well, in character, kind of that Gadine's feeling kind of nervousness that you feel just before like the battle, quiet before you're like, ready to spring into action, but also aware of the danger that things could go wrong at any moment. Like he's prepared, he like probably stocked up on like supplies, like some bandages and stuff like that. Be ready and order like probably more ammo to be just be sure. That kind of deal. But there's always that uncertainty gnawing on him. That it's gonna be ready. I'm still not unsure about the unicorn. That was certainly an intrusion of a certain kind. But yeah, very happy about the building project being like sabotaged. Although it did cost us. But oh well. Can't always win. And out of character, well, I can already see it like going to the chantry, getting wounded, and then just randomly dying because like someone applied first aid. Oh no, he's down. He's almost dead. Quick, apply the first aid. It just dies.
Try to inject you with epinephrine, the needle breaks off inside the blood vessel.
Actually, could be worse. One of the vampires capture us, and oh no, give him some blood quickly to save him. Oh fuck! Now he's a vampire.
I mean, that's a fucked up individual might actually do this.
Okay. And bacon.
In character. Tasty raw meat. Why didn't I make such an obvious recipe, so delicious, all the flavors? Out of character, yeah, I don't approve the idea of keeping the savage side. We need to somehow either get done with it or be more.
Okay, and Dan.
In the long run, all that has happened is probably better for Marinette. She'll probably be more focused in the long run in character. Out of character, sorry, not sorry, Miraculous Ladybugs fans.
Okay. Well, then hopefully I will see you next week for the for the thrilling conclusion of the story of Regent Seahart Schaffer.
Let me check one thing. I know there is one day I will for sure not be able to make the session because I'll be arriving at home at the time we usually start. Let me see which day it is. The 29th, so yeah. Last session of the month, I will for sure miss it. Somehow
If we
don't go to the party.
If we manage to keep on schedule, we might be done with the campaign by then.
Good.
But
we'll honestly, if necessary, I could just arrive at home 7 in the morning, and with hangover and not having slept for more than a day and just play.
I'm sure you would make great decisions.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna end the recording here and say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.